Program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers. It's time for Montgomery's conversational radio show. It's news and views on News Talk 93.1 FM. To join the conversation, call 272-9228.
Joey Clark.
Welcome into the program. Thank God for another beautiful day. I'm also hoping it's going to be a beautiful show, and Montgomery still needs a new mayor. I'm Joey. That's Eddie Bader bobbing his head along to this.
Like a spaghetti western kind of music.
Or like we're in a Scooby-Doo movie.
Oh, yeah.
Now,
Can I get a Scooby snack? Hey, can I just get 5 minutes with Velma? I mean, let's be honest. She was the hot one, by the way.
you know what I just told you off air?
Mm-hmm.
Won't you do that to Thelma now? Anyway, just sit back and hush.
Okay.
No, that's actually the headline.
Oh?
Just sit back and hush. And I'm saying it that way because it was at the Republican Women of Coffee County where they had a Congressional District 2 Republican forum.
Okay.
And like a bunch of folks running for that.
Yeah.
And like, Chris Horn, who once ran for Secretary of State, we like that guy. And of course, Rep Marcus, who has the Trump endorsement.
That's right. He is the Trump guy. That's
And like apparently his major qualification is he was neighbors with Katie in Enterprise.
right. Was he a good neighbor, though?
Oh, probably. And he's been in the legislature for a little while. A lot of folks have been like, you raise taxes. You know, Dick Brubaker said it well the other day
Yeah.
when he filled in for you. I said, I got a problem with Katie. You know, if we're going to pick some big government raise your taxes guy, I want him to be from Montgomery. He needs to be my neighbor, not your neighbor. Well, that's a good point, Dick.
Kind of like
A
that.
fantastic point.
I kind of like that.
But this was at the Republican Women of Coffee County.
Okay.
And also, remember the guy did the video where he started crying?
Oh, not him again.
David Matthews?
Yeah. Somebody gave him some testosterone yet?
No, but he will if he joins the United States military. You see that Hegseth is requiring testosterone testing?
Okay. I saw that, I think, over the weekend. a hint
Mandatory
about that.
testosterone
Yeah.
screening. Yeah.
Okay. So
yeah.
how are we going to do that, though? I just saw the headline and I thought it was funny. I didn't know it was going to be real. Is there going to be a minimum standard?
It would be nice.
Everything else is a minimum standard.
No, it'd be nice. It'd be nice to see that. But anyway, it got a little heated at one point.
Okay. Well, it's
To
ladies'
where David Matthews got up and said, did you vote to raise tax 22 times on the people of Alabama? To Rep Marcus.
Ooh.
And Marcus tries to defend himself, saying, like, well, a lot of that's local bills, and these people don't understand local. I mean, a lot of these people understand local legislation, but like, no, it wasn't like individual like bills on the whole state. It's like we show deference to a delegation that wants to do a particular local amendment. So maybe, but no, I didn't do this. But
Joey.
but the whole thing was like tense. And at one point, and apparently Matthews was not liked in the room. An attendee interrupted Matthews, saying, excuse me, can I say something? I think we need to settle down. This is not what this is meant for. And Matthew said, I think I've made my case. I'm sorry. Another attendee says, we're seeing why you weren't endorsed by Trump. Matthew said, the president doesn't know I'm running in this race. And they go, oh, yeah, well, yes, he does. You know, you ticked a lot of people off in Montgomery. Another quote. You ticked a lot of people off in Montgomery last night. You're doing the same thing today. I think you need to just sit back and hush.
Ooh.
Oh. So there's actually a video clip of this.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Can we get that on a drop? You know, that'd be a great job.
Sit back and hush.
How many times a day would you use that just on me?
No, actually, I need to clip it to where you've ticked off a lot of people in Montgomery, and you're doing the same thing today. Take out the last night part, and then it's just an evergreen clip for us.
It'll work. You know it'll
ticked
work.
off a lot of people in Montgomery, and you're doing the same thing today. I think you need to just sit back and hush.
I think it will work very well.
For some reason, it's fun to say hush.
But just to clear the record, it was a lady who.
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure.
It's the Republican women of
I
Coffee
just want to
County.
make sure. You know.
So this a moment happens late in the video.
Okay.
Check to see if that's Erica
Yeah.
Thomas real quick. But Erica will have to join us if that is in fact Erica. Yeah, Erica's gonna have to join us for this whole.
Bring her on.
Exodus. Erica, how you doing?
Y'all, hi.
You just sit back and hush. Have you
especially with
seen
that
this
accent.
clip or heard this clip yet, Erica?
Yes, I heard it last night, and I did not know what was going on there. You know, I've interviewed Matthews before, and I still am not fully aware of the context on that, so it was pretty interesting. But that video was crazy.
Yeah, here, and what I'm gonna do is I want to play a little bit of this, share it on the screen
Okay.
here, and so we just get more of the full context and actually hear it in people's own words.
Yeah.
You would have to show me the bills, is that right?
I mean, don't put me in the gun, but he has a record that he can answer for. I'm not gonna.
So,
I'll send you the screenshot. It's circulating. 22 times the vote for raise
Those
taxes.
are local bills for local, other entities, not us.
Okay, well, and then
Local
21.
bills, these people do not understand how local bills work.
Oh, you
And,
don't?
and a lot of them do, some of them do, but Judge Thompson, for instance,
Yeah, Rep kind of made a mistake with that one where it's like, you could hear the women go, "Yeah, I understand local legislation. I'm in the Republican club."
Don't talk down to your audience.
Right, I agree, but it keeps going here.
understands that when you voted a local, for a local bill in Chambers County or Cherokee County, those people want that bill to be passed. Typically, local bills passed by 14, and most people abstain. So if that's what you're referring to, no, I have not voted for 22 bills that affect the citizens of this county.
But affect citizens though.
None of this county.
Okay, that's an interesting clarification. And then 21 times not voting or abstaining, just not showing up
Again, local bills.
To lower-
You do not know what you're talking
to
about.
lower taxes. Okay, well, that's why I'm asking this question. But anyways, the runoff I want to mention, you know, that would be interesting to do a runoff. I think that ship has left.
What he means by runoff is Chris Horn was saying that this might be unconstitutional if we just, because this special election, it's just whoever gets the plurality.
Right?
So there won't be any runoff. And Chris Horn is even threatening potentially to sue, which is what David Matthews brings up. And Matthews is saying, look, don't you want to beat Shamari Figures? And Chris Horn's like, yeah. And he's like, well, if you go to a
On the
runoff,
team.
you're going to hurt the team.
Yep.
And
Get on the
you know,
team.
My father, he practices law in Ozark. He told me last night, he said, David, one of your opponents is, you know, doing the rounds with attorneys. And he's asking if he can sue if he loses, saying that it's unconstitutional because there's not a runoff. I'm curious if any of the people standing at this table will raise their hand and say, I'm the one that's exploring this.
Oh, I'm exploring.
Okay,
I'll tell you why
I'm exploring it.
Because it's the United States Constitution, sir.
okay, all right, that's all I need.
And the reality is that the runoff is not because of something that I'm saying that's fine. Let me finish. What I said was, other congressional districts had runoffs, or they were able to have runoffs in District 3, 4, and 5. In District 2, we don't have the ability to do that. And that's called the Equal Protection Clause.
Gotcha.
I don't need to have to go to an attorney. I did spend my time, a lot of it in law school.
All right, so you want to beat Shamari Figures, right?
Oh, I'm gonna beat Shamari Figures. because-
82 days,
Yeah.
82 days from August 11th to November. Whoever wins this primary needs to raise the money to beat the Democrat machine. If you go to a runoff, that is going to damage, in the worst way, of our chances of beating Shamari Figures. He is an Obama elite. They're going to dump millions into this election.
Excuse me, can I say something? I think we need to settle down. This is not what this is meant for.
I think I made my case, I'm sorry.
No, you didn't. And you were not endorsed for this reason. Number 6, we're seeing why you weren't endorsed by Trump.
Okay.
Yep,
The
okay.
president doesn't know I'm running in this race.
Oh, my God, yes.
From what
he
I
does.
understand, you ticked a lot of people off in Montgomery last night, and you're doing the same thing today. I think you need to sit back and just hush.
I love the pause.
You thought I was exaggerating.
No, not at all, Joey.
Alabama politics, folks. No, and I know the audio wasn't great there, but it's a nice look inside the room if you've never been in one of those rooms.
Was it getting too rowdy though? I didn't read it as getting too rowdy. I didn't.
No, I don't know. I think that particular woman didn't like David
Okay.
Matthews.
Okay. Well, that's what I was thinking too, but wasn't getting too rowdy to me. They were kind
I don't
of
know. Erica,
debating.
like hearing some of that, it does seem like it was just a little back and forth. Now, for folks who are just listening, every time somebody spoke, they stood up from the table. So that is a little aggressive. People standing up and down, like, well, yeah, I do want to win. I don't know, but
Whack-a-mole.
just sit down and hush. Shut your mouth.
Yeah. I just feel like listening back to the whole thing, that's exactly why I didn't understand why it got like that. I still don't. I mean, even after listening and watching it doesn't make sense why it would get like that. But I mean, nothing like a good soundbite to come out of a Republican women's event. Either way,
Yeah, no, and I suspect it just was like, I already don't like you for whatever reason.
Mhm.
like-
Right.
And not just
That's
that
what
woman,
it
the whole
looks like,
the
yeah.
whole crowd had made up their mind about Mr. Matthews for whatever reason.
Yeah, obviously. I mean, clearly, he didn't say anything highly offensive. I mean, talking about going to a runoff, that's not exactly a threatening statement to make. So I feel bad for the guy. I mean, I don't know what he did in Montgomery either. Do y'all know what he did in Montgomery?
I do not.
What?
Yeah.
What do you make,
No.
make somebody angry in Montgomery?
Oh no, I think there was a Central Republican club for him.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what he did in Montgomery either.
Well, he's a very nice guy. Worked for the Trump administration since the beginning, really,
Yeah.
and entered this race. I think he definitely has a future in Alabama politics. We'll see what happens.
We will see, because he does seem certainly smart enough and willing
yeah.
to go in for the kill in a debate. And sometimes you got to read the room, man. Not the right place to start directly challenging people. So you need to
Although
sit
that's
down and hush.
But that's a heck of a
Yeah.
thing to tell somebody. You raised taxes 22 times. You need to be able to explain that away.
Oh, and by the way, I just got a text. I won't reveal from who. Seeing if Rhett Marcus could come on the show.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, maybe next week.
excellent.
Yeah, probably. If you're listening, do text me. Yeah, probably. Yeah, and I need to. I think I got a weird message, and I know I'm all over the place, Erica. I apologize, but I got a message like David Matthews followed me on X, and then sent in like a random comment on one of my posts. Check your Instagram. And so I did, and they were saying, well, if you're willing to have them on, we'll do it. And I haven't responded yet. But I guess I'll be happy to have David Matthews. If we're going to have Brett Marcus on, I should have
You
David.
have to, yeah.
Right. David
Miss
Matthews is very smart, like y'all just said. He's very smart. He's a young guy. He's got a beautiful family. I mean, I think you should have them all on. I think all of our options are great in this race, and so I'm looking forward to seeing what the turnout's going to look like. And I think the more people y'all can talk to, the better that will be, because some people aren't even aware about this special election. And it's really important for us to pay attention to this particular one. So, yeah. If y'all need help getting anybody on, I'll reach out to them as well.
Awesome. Well, yeah, we'll start making it happen in the coming weeks. I'm so excited, if you can't tell. So excited. Though I'm more that woman in that room is my spirit. Y'all just need to sit down and hush.
Can we have her on?
Don't we all?
Mm-hmm.
Don't we all just need to sit down and hush every now and then?
Oh, me certainly.
Mm.
Now, you did a follow-up story on this, the problem with coroners not getting the right support that they need.
$18,000 a year?
Yeah, but this is from the Coroners Association president.
Okay.
Yeah, this is salaries of coroners. And so this came about after the arrest of the Elmer County coroner candidate. He's not the coroner yet. He's the candidate there, was going to be for the Republican Party. There's not a Democratic candidate. But he got arrested on a theft charge that had something to do with the volunteer fire department over there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man.
So after he got arrested, the Alabama or the Elmer County GOP had to go looking for a new candidate for their coroner race because there isn't anyone now. So they're having a really hard time finding one, and they're saying the reason is because the salary of a coroner is so minuscule.
Yeah.
It's anywhere from $0, some don't get paid at all, some $7,000 a year, up to $17,000 a year in Elmer County. So it's really an interesting look. If you go to 1819news.com, you can see exactly who makes the most, which is the lady that I spoke with. She's the president of the Alabama Coroners Association, and she was saying that she's been hearing about these issues for years. It's just something that really needs to be addressed, and so she's hoping that there can be change, but as of right now, in Elmer County, there's just not any.
Yeah, it's kind of, we covered this last time you were on, but it is just insane. Like, this is what a joke of a system this is, and no wonder people don't want to run.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the worst job ever. I mean, you're working 24/7. You're always on call, even when you're on vacation. And your job is to go look at dead bodies. I mean, who wants to do that? I don't.
I don't want to do that.
No. So these people are doing this job. It's very important. They keep up with statistics of unnatural deaths, so they'll record, any homicide or suicide, things like that.
Yeah.
Any of the sides, yeah. So they record those also, like drug deaths, which we've seen a lot of in Alabama since the opioid crisis started in 2011. So just a lot of important data is collected by the coroner's office. And so whenever we look at who's doing that job, we want somebody that's willing and capable. And the point of the Alabama Coroners Association representative is, let's pay these people more so we get better quality candidates.
I'd argue that.
Yeah, well, hopefully we stop being a laughingstock in this regard. Now, I want to move to we have a few stories about this, about Will Roberts. And, I spent some time because of the story you did and thought about him. And I think, not to revisit it fully, but I see the way that young man is taking on his suffering, and especially not his own just physical ailment and suffering with the cancer, but also the suffering of his mother and so many around him seeing that. And I'm like, this child is already sharing in the sufferings of Christ. And like, I just found like that, it struck me. And occasionally these little moments happen and you realize they're not little. They're the stuff of heaven. And when you see people and how they're able to march through, this hell on earth and something like cancer, that is it's that sort of grace under fire, grace through suffering that is the stuff of heaven. And then I see the story that you do of all these hurtful messages that were sent. And I'm like, where are people's minds these days? Good Lord. Help us indeed. Have mercy on us. What was going on here? His mother shared this.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. When you put yourself out there, just like us in the media, you're going to get hate constantly, but you wouldn't think of somebody that's watching their child fight the battle of his life. You wouldn't think of people being so critical and so rude and saying just the most obnoxious things to this woman. But it happened, and so she decided to take to social media. Brittany Battles Robert, she took to social media. She made a post about all of the hateful things, that people have said. They're saying stuff like, you're giving up on him, or you need to just take that child home. He doesn't want to fight anymore. Just terrible criticisms of their journey to California and kind of his fight right now. And her purpose of the post wasn't to say, look at how mean people are, but it was to say, guys, stop doing this to people. Like, you don't understand how it is until you're in this position, until you're losing your baby, you know, right in front of your eyes, and you're doing all you can to save him. You don't understand really what that family's going through. And so she wants people to just be more mindful of their comments and be more understanding of someone who is actually going through the worst time of their life.
Yeah, and I don't know, it's just the pictures are heartbreaking, but my main takeaway is, I mean, what an amazing young man. And for anybody else, now, I noticed that she was mostly, it looks like, pulling from Facebook and Instagram and stuff. That's probably a good thing. If she was pulling from X, somebody would have blamed the Jews.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Anyway.
I haven't seen that one yet.
Yeah, thank God. It was a Zionist plot. No, not everything's a Zionist plot, guys. There's probably somebody in Pakistan, though, tweeting that.
Yeah.
Right. But the governor just recently, or just yesterday, I believe, gave a shout out and really kind words for Will Roberts, words of encouragement.
Yeah, he's really struggling right now. The last couple of days, the Roberts family has really had to come to terms with what's happening at this time. And Brittany Battles Roberts has updates on Facebook constantly. And so yesterday, or maybe the day before, Governor Kay Ivey, she came out and she asked for prayers and offered her own prayers and said, you know, he's inspired our whole state, and just said wonderful things about Roberts. He's only 15 years old. I mean, this kid is 15, and he has just really given people a reason to appreciate what we have in everyday life. You know, just having life itself is such a beautiful gift, and he's kind of inspired all of us to see that, and to have the governor acknowledge that inspiration was incredible. You know, she said, Will, I'm praying for you and your family and your medical team, and I know Alabamians everywhere are lifting you up in prayer. So it's really sweet of her to do that.
Amen. And we'll continue to pray for Will Roberts, and I hope he knows as he's going through, what an inspiration he is. Not just us, but I would say all the heavenly hosts at this moment. Now, there was another story that did well at 1819 that you wrote up, and this is the case of a viral TikTok video actually sparking an investigation. I believe this is in Jefferson County. Another awful allegation. I hate that you have to, there's a lot of these stories you've been doing of late, Erica, but it's interesting to see a TikTok video actually might lead to something serious.
Yeah, so this Jefferson County guy, he posted on TikTok about his abusive father, his alleged abusive father. He only made a single video at first, and it got over 6 million views. He was accusing his father of mentally, financially, and physically abusing him, his mom, his sister, broke his sister's nose, or nearly broke his sister's nose. Then he later on posted a video of his dad with what appeared to be a weed eater chasing some of the kids around in the yard and hitting a vehicle that belonged to one of their children. So, I mean, he did post video of this alleged abuse, and come to find out, the father is a Jefferson County deputy.
Wow.
So they didn't name the father, and I didn't name the father in the story either. If you look it up, you can find it. But the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office came out and said they're now investigating this internally, but it's a personnel matter, and they're not going to release any details. So one of the issues that this young guy, Carson Burke, claimed was that every time they've called law enforcement previously, they give his father preferential treatment because he is a deputy. And so we are definitely hoping that doesn't happen again. Don't think it will now that this has gotten so much attention online. Now he's posted multiple videos kind of responding. The latest was, guys, I got to get an attorney. Like, I'm being told I need to get an attorney because I came out with all this information. So we'll see what happens with his case, but I'm not sure if we will find out much more about the deputy in question.
Well, hopefully something I mean, this is the good side of social media, like especially if the allegations are true, and what the story we've just laid out is what's going on. Essentially, not wanting to rat out or investigate one of your own. Yeah, maybe just putting it out to the public sometimes will actually get action and force this department's hand. But you know, you hate to see this sort of thing too. This is downright biblical, sort of like a son having to realize my father is just an awful human being. I got to do something.
Yeah. His biggest concern, he said, he's terrified that his father is going to kill his mother. That's just so sad for any child to have to live that way and live in that fear. No matter what's happened between him and his father, the child shouldn't have to worry about that. You know, that's not, no one should have to worry about that, but especially a child. So praying for him, definitely, and hopefully the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office will get to the bottom of what's going on here.
Now, another story, and the headline just reads despicable. I mean, more than that, but that is the word. But Thomasville Headstone Company owners convicted in theft case. Were they? Okay, they weren't stealing like headstones, but they were like taking money and not creating headstones.
Correct. I don't know if you remember recently I did a deep investigative piece on a funeral home here in Foley where people were ordering headstones and they weren't receiving them years later, and now the funeral home director was arrested. Well, this is a totally separate case, and it's really sad to see that there are people that victimize loved ones of those who have passed on, but that's exactly what happened here. And these are convicted, this couple's now convicted. Anthony Williams and his wife, Teresa Williams, they owned Williams Granite Memorials in Thomasville. And so they were in a Clark County court where they were found guilty on these theft charges. And investigators said they would take money for these memorial items, whether they were headstones or other memorial items. They took the money from the decedent's family members and then never delivered the product. So obviously a crime. This is sad. I looked up some reviews on this, and it seemed that this company had great reviews until they just suddenly stopped giving people what they were paying for.
Shame. Like, of all times, it's bad when you steal from anybody or defraud anybody, but to defraud folks at that point in life is just no respect for the dead.
It's horrific, and that's what Alabama Attorney General Steve Marshall was saying. He released a statement saying that, you know, families trust this business, and they were deceived. They wanted to memorialize their loved ones with dignity, and instead they got, you know, stolen from. And so it's sad to see, and but it's great to know. Steve Marshall said these families will get all of their money back. There's a $500,000 fund from restitution where these families will be able to get the money that was stolen from them back.
Well, I appreciate all the reporting you're doing, and you know, it just scratched the surface. There's a lot of you definitely are on top of the crime beat all over the state. A lot of different cases, and you, unfortunately, I guess to speak generally, you see a lot of the ugly underbelly of things that happen here in Alabama.
Yeah, I do, you know, and every once in a while there's just a different issue that we might see in the courts or with the system as a whole, and so those are the things that I like to look into. As far as, you know, there's bad people in every bunch. You just can't get away from that, but I think what's really good to focus on is the fact that our law enforcement officers from across the state of Alabama and the Attorney General's office, as well as all the sheriff's offices that are truly working with integrity very hard every day, day in and day out, to keep people safe, because that's the most important thing, is public safety, and just to be able to feel safe in our homes and in our communities. So it's very discouraging sometimes when you see that underbelly, but at the same time to know how hard our law enforcement officers are working for us to keep us safe, it's very encouraging.
Well, I appreciate it as always. If folks want to check out your work, how can they do so, Erica?
Well, you can go to 1819news.com. Don't forget to subscribe to our newsletter. You can do that in the top right corner and get your top stories every day. Also, you can become a member and kind of help support us, because we're a nonprofit. So we depend on your support. So if you could just head over and sign up for a $5 a month subscription, that'd be great.
I appreciate it, Erica. And by the way, before I let you go, somebody left the TV on like one of the local stations, so there's a soap opera playing. And sometimes I get like I'm reading just the closed captioning without the audio on. And so far, as you're just doing that final tag, it's a guy and a gal. The gal is crying. She's just said she has early onset menopause and the pregnancy test came back negative. And the man is devastated.
He's a good actor.
Wow. That is a lot.
Academy Award winner right there.
Yeah, I know. I was like, man, look at that tender hug. And now, okay, we've shifted scenes to a mahogany wood office with a, say, middle-aged, 56-year-old bearded man. They're definitely, and another one, they're scheming. This looks like some congressional campaigns we know of.
That's a couple of silver foxes there, Joey.
Sorry, Eric.
I don't know what soap opera that is, but I don't recommend watching those. Those stress me out. And I was named after one.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
Was it from General Hospital or...
All My Children, Erica Kane.
I remember the Erica, yeah. Back in the 80s, too. Ooh,
Well,
wow. I see some similarities now.
Well,
both have beautiful hair.
I don't really mean it, but I'll just end with this. Sit back and hush.
All right, then. Y'all have a good one.
See ya.
See ya, Erica. Now it's gone to the guy with perfectly coiffed hair wearing a
We're going to watch
denim.
soap operas. At least put on Telemundo. We can learn Spanish.
That's a nice flower arrangement behind her.
You notice the flower arrangement, don't you? Not the big old ears she's got. Looks like she's some kind of elf.
The ears are cute.
Not that big. She can hear what's going on the other side of the world.
So this must be CBS because I'm seeing the little eye down in the left corner.
Look at that big
Oh,
old
they're doing
ear.
that tight zoom in shot as she starts crying.
Her mama should have taken
And
her
Rich
ears
says,
back.
I can't see you anymore. Whoa. What? No, I can't see you, babe. Anyway, this part of the program brought to you by Cole Plumbing. And there at Cole Plumbing, James and the team are ready to help you with any and all your plumbing issues. Like they helped out your mom.
They helped out my mom. They've helped out several of our clients. You know, whenever we have a home inspection, they'll usually find some type of plumbing issue. So we make sure we include Coles on the list of plumbers to call. It can really help people out, get it done quick in a hurry, and for, to be honest, a very decent price.
Yeah. So big jobs, small jobs,
Yep.
whatever job you need. In fact, just to have them on speed dial in case a plumbing issue comes up. Sometimes it really is as simple as like, I can't get this drain unclogged.
Right.
And I need to get my shower drain unclogged.
I'm in that situation right now.
So call them up.
Yep.
Save that number, 279-8919. That's 279-8919. And just remember, folks, when you have trouble with your bowl,
Call on Cole, Joey.
We'll be right back.
He may not know whether he's coming or going, but whether you're going to work or coming home, Greg Budell is there. Mornings, 6 till 9, and afternoons, 3 till 6. Only on News Talk 93.1 FM, WACV.
Whether it's AC or heating or plumbing that you're needing, whatever you require, call Lou Choir. Since 1983, we've treated you like family. Day or night, we do things right so you can live more comfortably. Whether it's AC or heating or plumbing that you're needing, whatever you require, call Lou Choir right now.
We get this question all the time.
Do you handle that?
Buying or selling a home?
Yes.
Commercial?
Yes.
Land or investments?
Absolutely. Hannah and Eddie Realty Group. One team.
Every real estate move. 334-322-0662.
The Rich Thomas Weather Network, brought to you by Montgomery Paint and Body. From little fender benders to total body repair, MPB will fix it good as new, maybe better. For 4 decades, the Turner family has been getting you back on the road. Call 279-7325.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. Fewer storms, more sun, hotter temperatures. So here we go. Mostly sunny today with a high temperature in the low to mid 90s, getting close to triple digits On the heat index again, we will be in the low to mid 70s overnight tonight. And today, tomorrow, and Saturday, there will be spotty storms on the radar, scattered here and there, mostly in the afternoon and evening hours, but many towns will get skipped. Over the weekend, look for highs to return to the middle 90s with triple-digit heat indices again. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
Back to school shopping starts now, and ASC Credit Union has you covered. Our back to school loan helps you pay for supplies, laptops, clothes, and more. Stop by your local ASC branch or apply today at yourasccu.com. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
News and talk without the static. The River Region's most trusted voice. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Welcome back. So, and now there are two women on the soap opera, folks. Welcome back. We got to change this channel. It's
I wish you
distracting.
would. You got the remote.
Yeah, but watch this. It
The
changes.
stock market's down.
It'll
and
change.
I do like her hairstyle.
Yeah, it is tasteful.
I like that.
But they're talking
Oh,
about
that
the
one's a
early
good one.
onset menopause.
Yep.
Now talk about a
Thought
beauty.
early. Oh,
Just went to Caroline Levitt on
well,
Fox
that's a
News.
lovely woman.
It's great to see the new mom back.
She looked really good with extensions and maybe her hair bowed out a little bit.
And she had a cross.
Looks good too.
Necklace.
Yeah.
But taking questions at the White House briefing. So, did you watch any J.D. Vance on Rogan?
I did watch probably good 45 minutes of it, and life started getting in the way.
Rogan was driving me nuts on the Tallarico stuff
I-
and the Christian stuff. He was driving me nuts on it.
I didn't get much of that. What was funny to me when they were talking about the UFC at the White House when
that
it
was
first
great.
started. Yeah, Rogan. I mean, as much as he appreciates it, he's quick to say, they don't really want to do that again. That was a one and done.
Oh yeah, because
One
it
and
was
done.
crazy. It's crazy.
Even some of the fighters had commented of how much.
No, when he asked J.D. Vance, "You going to do that when you come President
Yeah.
Vance?" It's like I don't know.
I loved when he kept putting J.D. Vance on the spot like that because he's
Yeah.
like, I don't know, and
I have to say,
J.D.
Vance
like,
handled himself pretty well in a very. Because Rogan at times was kind of being like
he pushed it a little bit.
he wasn't being a straight up jerk, but
No,
it
he's
was
being a little
also there were moments where I'm like the framing of that
Yeah.
is. And plus, please stop. Oh, Tallarico's so Christian. No, he's a literal demon. Like, stop it, Joe.
That's just to me. He's
with your hippy dippy crap.
He's fooled. I hate saying it like that, but he's fooled by that. And I don't see how he can be.
And Vance knew because I could see the game where Vance is like, "This is going to be a 3-hour thing.
Yeah,
I'm not about to get into a pissing match with this guy."
Oh no, there's no reason to do that. It's a losing match no matter
No,
what.
and actually, that's a good advice with Rogan. It's like, and he did this several times, especially on the Tallarico thing. Like Vance, like, I think we just disagree, man. Okay, like you don't blow things up; just make it a hangout, and you move on to the next thing.
I think that's the best way to do it.
That's actually what you should do.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, yeah, we just don't agree. Okay,
Agree to
cool.
disagree.
Well, in particular, what was sticking with Rogan is it's a public school, and they're putting up the 10 Commandments. And it's a public school, and they're mandating that in Texas, you must listen. The children must listen and learn Bible stories.
Yeah.
What's so wrong with that?
There's nothing wrong with that. I know where Rogan's coming from with a sense of he feels like you're pushing a religion. If you push one, you got to push them all.
Well, Joe's pushing his secularism. Like, how many crap stories are the kids taught in English
No, but
literature?
we're a Christian nation, so it should be.
Yeah.
It should be. And I know Christians are the majority. And so you are going to have some minority, but we are a Christian nation. If I go to Japan, I got to do what Japans do.
No, I
Japans
think
do.
if you don't, especially, and I think there are a lot of adults like who, and I'm not talking about the average bear just doesn't like to read. Like,
Yeah.
I watch TV or whatever, listen to the radio.
Yeah.
Like, that's fair. Like, there are a lot of folks who don't want to read, don't have the attention span because of our smartphones and technology
This
to
is
read.
true.
But there are a lot of folks that consider themselves like very literate. Like, they read a lot of different books, especially the top 10 list every year and what are the most popular fashionable books going on. And they don't know a lick about the Old Testament or New Testament.
Oh, I'm sure.
Like, I'm not saying you have to be able to quote chapter and verse
No,
like
but-
it's some trivia thing, but they don't understand it. They have they have a vacation Bible school level of understanding. And yeah, for the longest time, this has stuck with me. It's what got me thinking about the Bible and actually taking it seriously in 2019, 2020. Of course, COVID gives a lot of downtime, but it was of all people, a guy named David Berlinski. Now, Berlinski is ethnically Jewish, atheist still, says he doesn't believe. But remember when the new atheists showed up, like Christopher Hitchens and Sam Harris, Daniel Dennett, Richard Dawkins? There are many debates out there where Berlinski's debating Hitchens, and they're fantastic because Berlinski came up with a book called The Devil's Delusion, How Atheism Poisons Everything, which was a corresponding to kind of a riposte to Hitchens' God is not great, how religion poisons everything. And so Berlinski's point is like, yeah, I myself don't find it to where I fully believe personally, like I don't have that religious feeling in me. Sometimes it's just a sentiment and how your personality is. But I would be a fool to sit here and like deem these thousands of year old questions like, yes, we figured it out because of science.
No, we haven't.
And no, of course we haven't. And it's always one line from that fella, David Berlinski, who said, if you don't know the Old Testament and the New Testament, you're illiterate. And so, like, this idea that because it's a public school, which shouldn't the public schools reflect the public?
I would think so. Again, Christian nation.
You can't learn basic, like, fundamental stories to the civilization? You can walk away and be like, maybe I don't believe it. Or I don't get it.
Well,
like, why would God ask Abraham to sacrifice his son? I don't fully get it. And that's fine, but you should at least know the story.
But that's a lot of the history that you're taught. You don't get it, but you're told of the stories.
Yes.
I mean, that's just history in general.
And yes, churches should be doing this, but it's also like the public space, especially a public school where is not a child who goes to public school most of their time in childhood is going to be in that public school.
Right.
So that whole day of theirs, where they're essentially, where the parents have to go work, you never get to encounter biblical stories at all, is Rogan's point. Because it's public. What about the people that are, well, you don't have to believe it. But what's wrong if you're Hindu learning the Bible stories? Doesn't mean you have to believe it. We're not asking for a profession of faith.
True.
So I don't know. That part of the interview got me going a little bit.
It's just when anyone pushes back on religion. If we were in a Muslim country.
Right.
That's their religion. It doesn't appeal to me, but I have to be respectful enough that this is what they want. If my son's going to be, daughter's going to be educated in the school, this is what they're going to be exposed to.
Right. And this is the thing with like your local public schools.
Well,
like it's really, and Vance made the point artfully. He said, look, if there's a 95% Christian county and your city council wants to put out a nativity scene for Christmas in front of City Hall.
Two people object.
For decades in this country, that was not allowed because it's public space, where it just defies the basic common original meaning of what this nation was and what the constitutional protections of the First Amendment actually mean. It means free expression, including in public, including people that are elected. They're elected by the majority, the vast majority. Doesn't mean you have to genuflect before it. But dadgummit, like that's where, and Vance made this point as well, and I've heard many others make it, and I've now fully come to believe it, that this whole secular, like neutral thing is a faith unto itself. And in many ways, it wouldn't exist without Christianity. It grew out of Christianity, but now it wants to cut off the branches from its very trunk and roots. And it's not going to work. And in fact, how well has it worked? For all the advancements, I think done by a tiny minority of people, say in the technology realm, in the industrial realm, and these sorts of things. Like for the tiny amount of advancements, and there have been some advancements, in terms of like our moral sense and our meaning in life, and how are we doing? How happy are people?
I think, in my opinion, I think people are more miserable now than probably any other part in time.
Right. And so perhaps this whole idea of like, we can remove faith, or we can have the fruits of faith without the roots of faith. It doesn't work that way. It never has worked that way.
It never will.
And unfortunately, the chaos can be very alluring. In fact, you could be cut off from the roots and you could still be like, well, I'm still alive, still tasty. Look at this. It's still working. And then another hour goes by and you're in the sun and it starts to rot. And maybe that hour in the sun ends up, it took you 20 years to realize that you had cut yourself. Maybe it takes you a few generations to realize what you did. Like, people adapt and are used to stuff. Like, things don't happen in a sitcom length or a TikTok length video. Sometimes these decisions that people made, often not like completely consciously, sort of the trend and the direction of things. You don't see the effects, but 100 years later. So I like that Vance was pushing back, but there was a moment there, because I used to watch Rogan all the time. I don't as much. It's more guest specific. Like, is Vance on? Okay. Or is Shane Gillis on? Like, there are a few like folks where I'm like, I'm not going to watch the whole 3 hours, but this will be entertaining at least for a little while. And I was reminded of like the coalition that won Trump and team the presidency in 2024 is not just a bunch of conservatives by any means. In fact, a lot of it is somebody like Rogan.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be fascinating what this upcoming fight's going to be like with a new generation of people.
Unless your Democrats have something that they're just not letting us onto, they seem to have nothing going at all except for still the finger pointing and, you know, that's all I really see.
Well, and if you get away from the crazy stuff, and that's their problem, they don't get away from the crazy stuff, so that leaves open a lane.
Even harder.
Well, we'll get to that in full time. I got to hit another break
All
here.
right.
First, this part of the program brought to you by Pest Pro Services, and they're at Pest Pro Ashley and that great team ready to help you out with any and all of your pest control needs. Especially, you know, you can get a basic pest control package with them. But mosquitoes. That's just the one word. Mosquitoes.
Especially all the rain we're getting here now. Between that and fire ants, I noticed I got fire ants getting closer to my house, which means they're getting flooded out wherever they were before.
Mm-hmm.
Well, of course, Ashley, they'll be out there next week, take care of that. But all this rain we're getting, it does have an effect. You know, look at the little creepies you got going on into your crawl space. They're looking to get dry right now.
There are consequences.
Yep, especially with your termites. The ground is soft. It's extra easy to go right through.
Yeah, so get a termite inspection, get the mosquito treatment done. Just get the full package.
I would.
Call them up. Be like,
you
I
got
want
the
the full
subscription base.
package.
Yeah.
Joey and Eddie told me to get the full
Yep.
package.
Especially the mosquito stuff, because again, I don't like getting mosquito bites. I hate looking at my grandchild seeing a big old knot on his head where he got a mosquito bite. And we can pay a couple bucks a month and not even worry about it.
Or maybe you're having a conversation about how secularism is actually a faith unto itself.
Yes.
And it's pushed Christianity out of the public square and we've lost our roots. And you're in the middle of making that point on, say, the front porch. And all of a sudden the person watching you make that point, maybe they are, maybe they aren't on your team. They are start to see a welt develop right there on your forehead.
Yeah.
They're distracted. They're not going to hear a word.
Not only that, if they see the bug there, they might be tempted just to slap the crap out of you.
Right. And be like,
yeah. They disagree with your point, Joey. You had a bug.
well, and how holy can somebody be if they have flies and mosquitoes all over them?
Ooh, this is true.
See, I'll check out Pest Pro Service today. Clean up that yard and that property. 265-9990. That's 265-9990. And be sure to tell them that Joey and Eddie, those fellows on the radio, sent you. I lied. We still got about 3 minutes left.
All right.
So there was one point where I thought Rogan and Vance really were like on the same page. And this is what I mean by the crazy Democrat stuff. Like, in particular, the way they were calling out Gavin Newsom. And by the way, J.D. Vance loves dropping the S-bomb, baby.
Yeah, he does. He's
Like,
not a fan of
bull shaving cream this, bull shaving. And it doesn't bother me.
Doesn't bother me, but it's, again, I grew up in that generation where we cussed. I couldn't tell you when we started cussing. It was a part of normal talk to me. Now, granted, I can't use it in my everyday life, but when people do use it around me, it doesn't bother me.
See, because, we like to think that everybody is like the older millennial, the younger Gen X generations where we are kind of freewheel and we're dudes as well.
Yeah.
And like, you're dropping F-bombs and S-bombs and all this stuff. And then you forget the folks that still do most of the voting and the political work are at the Republican Women's Club of Coffee County. And they're telling you to sit down and hush. You're pissing everybody off, just like you did in Montgomery the other night. So you got to be careful. But anyway, here is J.D. Vance and Rogan talking about the recent Spencer Pratt election.
Yeah.
In
I don't
California.
understand what happened.
Yeah, let's listen in.
You
Well,
actually
that's
saw
insane. Not only did they not have voter ID,
Yeah.
you can't show your ID. You're not allowed to show your
You
ID.
can in fact be like prosecuted if you try to force somebody to show their
Which
ID.
that seems like you want people to cheat.
Exactly.
And this is from the same people that were saying you have to have an ID that shows you've been vaccinated just 4
So, like,
years
to
ago
go,
to go to a
grocery
restaurant.
shopping or to go to a restaurant. Yeah, no, it's definitely that's the part about it that I think makes most people of my political persuasion skeptical of what the Democrats are doing.
Yeah.
Like if you don't want to cheat in the election, then just make everybody actually show an ID. Another thing people don't realize is, I didn't realize until a couple years ago, the voter ID solves a lot of the mail-in ballot problem. Because if you have to show an ID in order to get a mail-in ballot, in order to actually, confirm that there's a real identification attached to that vote, that solves a big chunk of the problem
This
too.
is just logical.
Yes.
Like I'm not
Every country
skeptical.
does it.
I'm not skeptical. I'm accusing them. I think they stole the election.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
because they did. Joey, if you try to prove to me that you're a citizen and vote, I'll have you arrested.
Well, and by the way, like a guy who's hoping to be the, Jay Taylor, that new DNI, he was getting grilled by Senator John Ossoff, who, in terms of Ossoff's skills, his chops, like his speaking presentation, Ossoff's quite effective. Actually, I think he could be the next presidential nominee for the Democrats.
Okay.
But he was, because he's from Georgia, and he got elected around that time period, 2020. He was asking the guy, who won the 2020 election? The guy's like, I'm not doing this with you. What do you, sir, you said you'd be truthful and candid and all this stuff like that. And it's interesting. Trump's going to give a major primetime speech tonight.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And apparently Democrats are nervous. And in particular, maybe the senators from Georgia are nervous.
Oh.
Yeah. The FBI is apparently using AI to find fake ballot signatures in Fulton County. What was that noise?
Just glad we're finally using AI for something good.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll be back more with that.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusana, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.
With SRN News, I'm Bob Agnew in Washington. Caroline Levitt making a return to the White House today after a nearly 3-month maternity leave. She's using her White House press conference to talk about a number of the president's policies in a very positive light, not the least of which is those Trump accounts, which kicked in on the 4th of July. Levitt says she has them for her children. In fact, more than 6.5 million American kids have already been enrolled in the program, something that could yield big benefits down the road. It's a sad day for friends and family members of the 3 people who went missing when that pontoon boat capsized this week off the coast of San Francisco. The U.S. Coast Guard announcing last night it has finally suspended its search after scouring about 800 square miles in search of those victims. 16 people did survive. The 20 people on board had been on a memorial trip to scatter the ashes of a deceased loved one who died several years ago. On Wall Street right now, the Dow is up 25 points. This is SRN News.
Hi, I'm Kirk Cameron. Christian Healthcare Ministries is not another health insurance policy. If you're tired of year-long contracts and pointless restrictions, CHM offers anytime enrollment on your schedule and at your convenience. With CHM, you're paying half the cost of a traditional health insurance plan. So that puts more money back into your budget for everyday needs. Plus, you'll have access to CHM's care solutions for virtual appointments, prescription savings, surgery support, and more. My family and I joined in 2018, and it's changed our lives for the better. We love paying way less while helping other believers afford their medical bills. Take the leap of faith and see why Christians across the nation are better with CHM.
Get started by calling 1-833-JOIN-CHM and use promo code WELLNESS for a 50% credit towards your first month. That's 1-833-JOIN-CHM and use promo code WELLNESS.
Rich Thomas Weather is brought to you by Victoryland. The winning is 24/7 at Victoryland. Go where the winners go every day, and you can be a winner too. Victoryland, I-85, exit 22, shorter. Admission 19 and over.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. Fewer storms, more sun, hotter temperatures. So here we go. Mostly sunny today with a high temperature in the low to mid 90s, getting close to triple digits On the heat index again, we will be in the low to mid 70s overnight tonight. And today, tomorrow, and Saturday, there will be spotty storms on the radar, scattered here and there, mostly in the afternoon and evening hours, but many towns will get skipped. Over the weekend, look for highs to return to the middle 90s with triple-digit heat indices again. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
When the heat hits to the river region, don't wait. If your AC quits, Hands Heating and Air offers same-day service, or your diagnostic charge is free with their Comfort a Day or You Don't Pay guarantee, plus 24/7 service with no overtime charges.
Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, these are today's top stories. The United States House has passed a bill that would make daylight saving time permanent. The Sunshine Protection Act would allow states to opt out of the twice-yearly time change. Alabama has already passed legislation to make daylight saving time permanent. Federal approval would trigger implementation before the next clock change in November. The bill now moves on to the United States Senate. A Prattville woman was arrested for retail theft at the Millbrook Walmart Tuesday night. 43-year-old Brandy Barlow allegedly failed to scan multiple items at self-checkout, then left the store without paying for merchandise worth more than $1,500. Barlow was detained and arrested at the scene. Over $1 billion and thousands of valuable items are stored in Alabama's unclaimed property vault, waiting to be claimed by their rightful owner. The list of unclaimed items is updated regularly, and it takes less than 5 minutes to check. Simply go to treasury.alabama.gov and click on Unclaimed Property. From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, I'm Sky Mosley.
Hi, I'm Carl Schmidt, naturopath and owner of the Herb Shop Wellness Center at 8161 Vaughan Road. You know, with over 30 years experience in natural wellness, I've seen countless health fads come and go. A few years ago, we added a patented technology that actually activates your stem cells. It reverses the aging process at the cellular level. However, you do need proper hydration and targeted nutrition. At the Herb Shop, our advanced scanning and testing technology allows us to accurately assess your nutritional needs and get a customized plan for you. Come in today and see what the Herb Shop can do for you.
For too long, Alabama's statewide news companies have shamed us for our conservative Christian values. Alabama deserves a news company that cherishes our culture, a company that isn't bought and paid for by the powers that be. 1819 News is that company. Run by Alabamians for Alabamians, 1819 News celebrates what is good and beautiful about our state, while exposing those who work against our values in secret. Just go to 1819news.com to learn more. Subscribe to our newsletter. That's 1819news.com.
This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Alabama Home Mortgage. Alabama Home Mortgage, 567-4223. Visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. NMLS number 1586368. An equal housing lender.
Hi, this is Bo Goodson with the Goodson Group with your Real Estate Minute. Here are several ways to attract more buyers to your home. First, price it right to sell, not to sit. An accurate market analysis will tell you what price it should be. Next, prepare the home to show and sell by deep cleaning by a professional cleaner, including carpet. Declutter all rooms, including closets. Evaluate flooring, replace if needed. Paint inside and out where needed. And make the kitchen and bath sparkle. How about the exterior? Are the colors faded on the shutters or fascia? Power washing them in all sidewalks and driveways and patios prior to listing the house. Remember, your price and curb appeal will create a showing appointment. Your condition of the house will make them stay and look longer and buy quicker. For all the steps you need to take to get your house ready for sale, call Bo Goodson at the Goodson Group, 334-221-2883 or 334-551-0225.
We're talking with Dr. Clark McLemore at McLemore Dentistry. Implant Day coming up on Wednesday, July 29th.
This will be the third year that we've done Implant Day. It is a phenomenal opportunity for big savings and a lot of fun, actually. Most people don't associate the dentist office with being fun, but it is a fun day. We have a lot of giveaways. It's a great opportunity to come talk, let us see what kind of solutions are available, and save a bunch of money.
Book your spot today. Call 277-9570 or visit drmclemordentistry.com.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers. It's time for Montgomery's conversational radio show. It's news and views on News Talk 93.1 FM. To join the conversation, call 272-9228.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. Progressives praise fellow Dems on Israel aid vote. I don't know what that's all about.
All right.
I guess we're not giving any more aid to Israel, like military aid.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, I'm sure that's just all dried up. That's not happening
Hey, Joey,
anymore.
look at that lady on TV. That's your girlfriend.
Elon Omar's my girlfriend?
Yeah.
Now that might be.
Really?
Ramirez?
Really?
No.
I didn't think so. I see Elon Omar much more as your girlfriend than that other one.
No, not at all. But AOC?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still?
No.
You wouldn't try to bring her around? Bring her into the fold?
No.
Okay.
I'd be friends. Actually, I don't know how long I'd be friends with all that radical socialist crap.
You wouldn't be the one trying to lead her to the light?
I might.
Okay.
I might.
You're going to catch more sinners in the bar than you are at the church.
What
Joey.
I do is I get her to become a Catholic. Or maybe she already is and just is falling away.
I figured she fell away from the church.
It's possible.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
And get her to come back into the fold and be like, if you don't give up your socialism, you're going to be excommunicated.
That's pretty powerful.
Now, it's not going to happen with the current generation of bishops. But you wait in 10, 15, 20 years. This
she
new
might go for that.
up-and-coming generation is very conservative and very orthodox. You better watch out.
She might go for that because that means that they would remember her in history, Joey. People like that want to be remembered.
Well, it did start a whole new string of churches. Let's go to... Who's this?
Babs.
Babs or thought...
No, Babs.
Hey, Babs. How you doing?
Thunder. I'm sorry.
Thunder.
Okay, yeah, I thought it was Thunder.
Sorry, I pressed with Troy on the other line.
Hey,
No
Thunder.
worries.
Hey, girl.
I'm not too worried about what AOC does, but I want to go back to the election issue.
Yeah.
We all saw the thousands, tens of thousands of votes being dumped in the middle of the night.
Yeah, we all saw that.
We saw it. That wasn't rocket science. We saw it. It wasn't our imagination. What I want to know is I want to know from the Democrats, prove that you didn't vote. Prove that you didn't cheat. And they cannot prove that they did not cheat because they did. It's not proof that there was cheating going on. It needs to be proof that you didn't. We need to put the onus of this situation back on the ones who committed the crime. Just like they have to defend themselves in a court of law, they need to defend themselves in the court of elections. They cheated. We saw them cheat. We know they cheated. Prove to me that you didn't cheat. Very simple.
I
They
agree.
can't. Cannot be done. Anyone who does not like the fact that we are simply asking people to show an ID when they go to vote, I worry about them because they don't seem to be very good patriots of this country.
No.
Maybe they need to go to other countries that don't need to show an ID to vote. Oh, gee, there isn't one. Every country requires you to show some type of identification in order to vote. It is a very simple process. This last election, these last few elections, hasn't taken me more than 10 minutes to walk in, cast my ballot, as long as there wasn't a line. If I am right there, walk in, cast my ballot, and have it scanned through the machine to have it accepted as a piece of paper and walk out. Anybody that does not have 10 minutes to take care of the future of this country I worry about them.
Yeah.
Not long, but I do worry about them.
Yeah, no, but also it's just raw power politics.
Yeah.
It really is. Like, and folks have had this whole ability to do plausible deniability with the media and so many other things, but there are enough, say, alternatives. Some of them not great, but there are enough alternatives where people just aren't buying the excuses anymore. And it'd be nice to get the Save America Act done, but the United States Senate is a bunch of old farts.
Yes, they are, Billy.
If they can pass this daylight this time situation, they can sure as hell pass a save this country situation, because that's what they're doing.
Yeah.
And the Democrats that don't want to save this country, leave. Nobody's asking you to stay. Nobody's forcing you to stay. Nobody wants you to stay. Leave. It's really simple. You do not like where you live, move. I am sure there are plenty of us that'll help you pack.
I'm getting that sit down and hush energy.
Kind of getting that too, Joe.
Thunder.
Yep.
So if they have the time to deal with the daylight savings issue, then they certainly have the time to deal with the Save America Act.
Amen. Well, I appreciate it, Thunder. I appreciate the call.
Thanks, Thunder.
Y'all keep up the good work.
Hey. Let's go to Troy. Hey, Troy. On 3?
No, that's Skeeter.
No, I think Troy's on 3.
Oh, hey, Skeeter,
Okay,
what's
Skeeter,
up?
what's up, buddy? I got all screwed up for you, Joe.
I just want to make a quick point. Are you there?
Yeah, you're on there. What's up?
Okay. You know, the Democrats, I call them Democrats.
Mm-hmm.
They made their attitude known about this country during the State of the Union address when they all stayed seated. And that's where it's going from there.
Yeah, no, and it's. I mean, Trump called him out though in that sort of performance, saying there's nothing I can do to please you people.
Yeah,
and other than John Fetterman, like who else has actually played ball some? Thank you, Katie Brett.
Yeah.
They're Democrats. There's radical Islamists, and who else is we going to have to fight now? I mean, the communists.
Yeah, the socialist communists.
When I went to school, we were taught communism bad, capitalism good. Nothing's for free. You got to work for a living. I mean, it's that simple. But anywho, I want to leave before I get my blood pressure up.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Peter.
Peter.
No, but sometimes you think of like the communists used to be literally jackbooted thugs, like taking over cities with weapons and stuff, like the Bolsheviks.
Okay.
But now these are the communists of today, Eddie. Now, can we describe this photo to folks? This is Mondami, and just everybody, like the composition of this shot. Like, would you say that person there on the left of the screen is a lesbian?
I didn't even make it that far. Yeah. Do you think the one on the right?
And why would I say that? Because
the short
it's
gray
a woman.
hair, the
It's a
power
short-
suit.
Yeah, and well, it's
And
not
the-
even a power suit. It's like a vertical striped button up with the top button buttoned with a sports jacket.
Seinfeldish.
And then Mondami looks like somebody's tickling him. And then
what's at the mic?
Oh, that's a lady that's working for like fair housing and stuff and like renting and stuff.
She
and
looks so normal.
And she's wearing glasses, a big old floppy hat, but the big old floppy hat has buttons on it, folks. Yeah. Different sort of, causes.
Also, this is the middle of summer.
And then she has a big old like N95 mask on. And so,
yeah, she looks perfectly normal. I'd like to hire her.
And you're a landlord technically.
Yes,
right?
I am.
Yeah, so you'll love this. Wouldn't you love to own some places in New York?
Our city is turning the corner on tenant power. When we organize, we win results. The Mamdani administration is emboldening us so that we no longer tolerate the violence of evictions as a matter of business as usual.
You always say, you gotta pay.
My landlord owns dozens of buildings, but he is not a steward of the public trust. In fact, it is the opposite.
The violence of evictions. What about the violence of you stealing something that ain't yours because you ain't paying for it?
You know, it's not been that long ago when we had a big financial crisis, and a lot of people that were mom and pops that owned rental properties that were letting someone live there, so they were making a payment to the bank, you know, hoping for some type of retirement return. Remember, a lot of those bellied up.
Yeah.
So when I hear this kind of crap from people like her, go sell it somewhere else.
Let's go to line 3 and talk to Troy. Hey, Troy.
Hey, fellas, what's up?
Not much. How you doing, bud?
No, man, I'm living my best life. You know that. Hey, I wanted to share something with you guys. Tuesday, I was at the Central Alabama Republicans event at Sinclair's with all 6 candidates of District 2. And a good friend of mine that I know from the cigar store, he's a politico, he's a lobbyist, but he's been around politics for a long, long time in Alabama and served on Governor Bentley's cabinet as a commissioner. I don't want to give his name, but was a judge, and I'll leave it at that. He shared with me that evening that one of the things that is he thinks inevitably coming, much like the Democrats, is that you're going to see fracturing and splintering inside the Republican Party now. It's already started to some degree between the neocons and all the different anti-Israel groups. Something to think about, though, going forward is how do we preserve the party's identity and keep continuity and not fall prey to that. And I think that's something that coming from him, he seems very, very poignant.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see, and it looks like I'll have Rep Marcus on next week, Thursday at 2. Looking to have David Matthews on next week on Wednesday. Looking for an in-studio day. Have not confirmed that one yet. And anybody else, like, I'm not hard to find. You can literally just call us up at 272-9228, and I'll give you my cell. Well, not all of y'all.
Just call me. I'll give you a cell.
Oh,
there you
good.
go. 322-0662, and I will give you Joey's cell phone number and perhaps social
If
security
Buford
number.
calls me again, I'm going to be very upset.
Oh, man, he had good intentions.
Hey, you know,
We did not.
President Trump gave out Lindsay's number,
Yeah.
so we can give out Joey's number.
Exactly.
What did I do to y'all?
I'm trying to be your friend.
I'll see you guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow.
All right, buddy. See you, Troy.
Hey, Troy. Now, as all this is going on,
Yeah.
Trump's going to give a big speech tonight.
Yeah, that's what you're telling me. I guess you kind of alluded a little bit to what it's going to be about.
This is from CNN from today.
Okay.
About 10:30 in the morning, they published this. President Trump is expected to use his primetime address Thursday to press what he will frame as new information on foreign efforts to influence U.S. elections. The latest in what election observers have warned is a campaign to sow mistrust and try to undercut his 2020 laws. The substance of Trump's speech has been closely held, and advisors have intensely debated what should be included, according to people familiar with the plan.
Okay.
Alongside Trump's speech, the White House has been weighing whether to release a cache of documents related to, among other topics, China and its role in U.S. elections, the people said. Some of the materials derived from intelligence gathered during Trump's first term, which he and other officials will allege was suppressed, people said. Trump is also expected to discuss purported vulnerabilities in election infrastructure, including voting machines. The president said this week that the address would include a major announcement related to election security. Trump has faced criticism for seeking to undermine faith in elections and denying results. And state elections officials told CNN they are watching closely, fearful he might use the primetime venue to do so again. Or, maybe he's right.
Could be, Joey. Could be.
Yeah, if I'm sitting here as like, if I really don't care about the outcome, like the way y'all are framing this.
Yeah.
Like, because maybe even though I've turned over a new leaf in life in a lot of ways.
Yes.
I'm still got a lot of work to do.
We all do.
Maybe, just maybe, I think almost kind of every election is essentially a theft of some sort. a sham,
Much
if
like
you will.
the inflation.
A dog and pony show, whatever
Very
that,
much so.
that means.
It is.
Right. Like, even when it's all on the up and up and somebody gets elected,
It's still a
and
dog
you're
and
like,
pony show.
Yeah.
If you're not part of that club, one of the two
Right.
clubs, you're not even getting in.
Because it's oversold when they say it's your voice. And I'm like, no, it's not my voice.
No.
Not my voice at all. So maybe if that's the perspective I'm coming from,
Okay.
that, you know, if I have to pick who I want to win the heavyweight championship of the world in this WWE production we call American politics,
Mm-hmm.
I have a choice. I want that guy. But in my heart of hearts,
You know he's not gonna.
I'm looking forward to when the show's over so I can go sit with Jesus.
Ooh.
I'm not exaggerating. It's been kind of my favorite part of the day. So after I get to shut all this off
Mhm.
and literally go sit with Jesus. So if that's where I'm coming from, perhaps as I read this, they aren't framing it in a way that suggests innocence. Like it's weighed one way or the other. Like,
Oh yeah.
to get it away from the election stuff, J.D. Vance was making this point about Israel. He's like, I'm actually a moderate on this stuff.
Yep.
And the problem is the folks that are, and Roy, thank you for bringing it up. Problem is the folks that are like, love Israel. And then the folks that are like going full on like anti-Semitic stuff.
Yeah.
Like there's no middle ground.
No.
It's like you're either in this camp or that camp.
And a lot of people make.
And
you-
I'm like,
just like the Alabama Auburn camp. They give me where you at? Where you at? You
Right.
can't be a moderate. You can't be down the middle.
Right. So, like, of course, to especially a lot of the pro-Israel crowd, J.D. Vance is an anti-Semite.
Mm-hmm.
But according to a lot of the, you know, Groyper, like that sort of thing, J.D. Vance is a Zionist stooge.
Then that means he's playing it right.
Yes. That's what I'm looking for. Somebody who's accused of both being an anti-Semite and a puppet of Jewish interest. I want him to, like, have that sweet spot.
Yes.
Where the two extremes.
Nobody happy with him. I
Yeah.
like that. Because
Right.
that does show me he's more of a middle person.
Yeah, but the thing is with an election, it is kind of an either or thing. Who won the 2020 election? Well, I would say, in a practical sense, Joe Biden did because he was president.
Those were the
But-
results we were accepting.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, I'll go with that.
And
Nothing I can do about it.
right. But if Trump really believes, no, like, look at all these vulnerabilities. But the thing is, like, this doesn't sound like it's coming from a position of how dare you even ask?
Mm-hmm.
How dare you?
Because he's the president?
It's not like we suggested Trump committed high treason with Vladimir Putin first time he got
Right.
elected. How dare you undermine election? A major effort has been underway inside the administration in recent weeks, according to CNN, to locate intelligence information that could support Trump's claims of widespread election fraud and interference. A task force under the direction of conservative writer John Solomon has been working to identify documents that to be declassified and made public. Not all administration officials are on board with the effort, however. Some worry declassifying wide swaths of information could provide a muddled picture of American voting security and undermine confidence in elections. What's true? No, and seriously, it's a confidence game in all sorts of senses of the term. Like, we want people to have confidence in these things.
Yeah.
Not because they're secure, and there's no doubt about it, but because the only way we can have confidence if you can't even question the confidence. Just trust me, bro.
No, that's hard to do. Sorry, buddy, but that's hard to do.
And others risk information could risk jeopardizing intelligence collection methods. China's alleged meddling in the U.S. elections is not wholly new. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken, excuse me, there's no H, said in 2024 that the U.S. had seen evidence of Chinese attempts to influence and arguably interfere with the upcoming U.S. elections. But when it comes to the 2020 election, which Trump has repeatedly and falsely claimed he won, the U.S. intelligence community released a report assessing that the Russian government meddled with an influence campaign denigrating President Joe Biden and supporting Trump. The report said China did not interfere and considered but did not deploy influence efforts intended to change the outcome of the U.S. presidential election. The assessment contradicted comments from Trump and members of his administration, including Attorney General William Barr and former National Security Advisor Robert O'Brien, who suggested that China was interfering in the election more aggressively than Russia or Iran. Jay Clayton, Trump's nominee to serve as director of national intelligence, notably hesitated in a confirmation hearing on Wednesday to say that Joe Biden won the 2020 presidential election, a fact that Trump denies. Yeah. You mean the auto pen?
Right.
In the final moments of the hearing, Clayton acknowledged to Vice Chair Mark Warner, a Virginia Democrat, that Biden had been fairly and duly elected under our process. When the president delivers his remarks Thursday night, several state election officials, including from the 2020 battleground states that were the chief targets of Trump's ire, will be attending a dinner at Mount Rushmore as part of an annual summer conference for the National Association of Secretaries of State. Some worry that Trump might sow doubt about future elections.
Future elections?
Really? We'll see.
Politician
It'd be
talking
fun
about
if,
future elections?
It would be fun if, the speech, nothing to do with all this crap.
That would be a good head fake, and Trump is a good head faker.
Mm-hmm. Nothing at all to do with this crap.
Interesting. Although there was some action in Georgia, so maybe something's.
Yeah, and people are saying they're new leaks and stuff, but from ProPublica, and ProPublica ain't no right-wing rag.
Okay.
Or one of these independent left-wing things.
Oh. Right.
And yeah, ProPublica is a nonprofit newsroom that investigates abuses of power. According to ProPublica, the FBI's explored using artificial intelligence to assess the validity of signatures on tens of thousands of mail-in ballot envelopes seized from Fulton County. That's in Georgia. The latest push in the Trump administration's unprecedented reinvestigation of the 2020 vote. The effort, according to internal comms reviewed by ProPublica and an agency tech specialist familiar with the work, focuses on comparing signatures on ballot envelopes with signatures on other election documents, such as registration forms. President Donald Trump has long claimed, without evidence, that the 2020 election was stolen from him. No, there's a lot of evidence. Maybe not like a smoking gun proof, but
there's a little bit of evidence.
A little bit of evidence. In particular, he has repeatedly claimed that there was voter fraud in Georgia, where he lost to Biden by just 11,779 votes. In January, the FBI raided Fulton County, a Democrat stronghold, collecting about 700 boxes of election materials, including about 150,000 mail-in ballots, of which roughly 116,000 went for Biden. Trump is set to deliver a speech Thursday about national election security and voting machine vulnerabilities, but it is unclear whether he will address the Fulton County investigation. The signature matching initiative was under discussion as recently as late June, but its current status is uncertain. A White House spokesperson declined to answer questions for ProPublica. Publica, maybe? ProPublica?
Okay.
Or just Publica?
Publica.
Yeah. Referring them to the FBI. The FBI did not respond for a request for comment. The effort comes at the same time as the FBI has mandated the 260 analysts be redirected from field offices nationwide to focus on the Fulton County probe. According to an agency memo reviewed by ProPublica, the New York Times and MS Now previously reported the memo. MS Now has reported that some FBI analysts have been fired rather than work on the effort. Their work also includes comparing a spreadsheet of 175,000 voters with a commercial database to see, among other things, if they're still alive. Whether done by people or technology, the accuracy of signature matching remains controversial. Experts have raised serious concerns in legal cases, and after analyzing recent election results about how accurately signature matching can identify voter fraud through practices like examining the size and slant of letters made in different circumstances. The FBI technology specialist told ProPublica that the Bureau has technology to compare images, and that if it starts with a large enough data set, then signature matching analysis could be somewhat accurate.
I would think so.
You think? Ultimately, the tech specialist said its results would turn on the threshold set for evidence of fraud. It's up to the builder of the system to define the guidelines. Fascinating.
No, I'm not surprised.
Some FBI staffers developing that strategy are trying to mitigate the political pressure to prove fraud in Fulton County by highlighting the limitations of broad signature analysis, arguing that those signature comparisons have been used in individual voter fraud investigations. They haven't been done on this scale. There are grave concerns within the FBI that the results of the examination will reflect political influence, building on previous efforts by the administration to break long-standing guardrails meant to keep the federal government from interfering with elections. Everyone is of the opinion that whether they find anything or not, they are going to continue to pursue proof of fraud. Signature matching attracted controversy during and after the 2020 election and COVID-19 pandemic when more Democrats and Republicans used mail-in ballots. Yeah, a lot more in particular areas.
Yeah. There's a paper trail of that, Joey.
Trump promoted false claims, says ProPublica, of the Georgia officials' failure to match signatures on mail-in ballots had led to his loss by allowing fraud. Must have signatures check on envelopes now, he wrote in late 2020 on then called Twitter, now X. Far more votes than needed for flip of the election to him. Conservative lawmakers then pushed strict signature matching laws across America, including Georgia's Election Integrity Act of 2021, which they justified by pointing to many electors concerned about allegations of rampant voter fraud, including subjective signature matching requirements. The bill replaced signature matching with stricter forms of verification, such as requiring mail-in voters to provide their driver's license number or copies of licenses. Huh. Yeah, it's like, couldn't we just have like a straight up set of like really strict rules?
Why not? Is this not one of the most important things we do as a nation?
Mm-hmm.
Why do we have?
And it's not like we're going to go back in a time machine.
Right.
No, this definitely is about the future. As we started this at the end of last hour with Rogan and Vance talking about it, like especially in the blue strongholds, y'all cheat.
I mean,
you can
it's
say,
obvious.
well, prove it in court and all that. Okay. No, I'm not going to. That's not what I do. But it seems plain as day.
It does.
Especially through the mail-in system.
What is it set for? And remember the numbers, how it went from like less than 1% to an actual percentage of people that start. You're not supposed to scream fraud then?
Anyway, I got to hit this quick break.
All right, let's break it.
First, this part of the program brought to you by Dylan Rings.
And I saw some ruby red earrings, I believe, today on there, Joey.
I sold the same thing. In fact, I'm looking at that same exact thing now. And ruby trivia, you probably didn't know, folks. Rubies are actually red sapphire, same mineral. They're the second hardest gemstone after diamond.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. A 9 on the Mohs scale.
I wonder if it can cut glass as well.
Scale.
I wonder if it can cut glass as well, like a diamond.
The rarest pigeon's blood reds come from Burma. Ancient legends say they glow with an inextinguishable flame. It's perfect, especially these earrings I'm looking at. Perfect set for July birthday, anniversaries, or of course you can make a timeless, truly unique custom piece there with Joshua Jeweler at Dylan Rings. So just stop by Dylan Rings. They can craft heirloom ruby jewelry right there at Dylan Rings at 119 Brown Springs Road here in Montgomery, just off of Atlanta Highway. And so stop by and be sure to tell them that Joey and Eddie, those fellas on the radio, sent you. We'll tell you more about Dylan Rings a little later.
Want to carry News Talk in your pocket? Download the News Talk 93.1 app from the App Store. Available on iPhone and Android. Never miss a moment. Download now.
I was in foot pain for 20 years, trying to give it relief, buying all these different insoles, drugstore insoles, custom insoles. I spent thousands of dollars. I bought all these products and not a single one worked. I really, truly needed to have relief in my feet. And the Good Feet arch supports were what gave me the relief I needed.
For over 20 years, we've been helping people like Teresa actually live the life they love without their feet getting in the way.
They wanted to make sure that I got something that my feet felt good in, not somebody else's feet. I love the fact that I can wear these arch supports in all my shoes. I have boots, I have cowboy boots, I have running shoes, I have walking shoes, I have flat shoes, I have heels. Makes me so happy. If you ask my husband, he will crack up because there is no store I would rather go in than a shoe store. I'm Teresa, and that's my Good Feet story.
See what we can do for you with a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
We're located at 7341 East Chase Parkway in the shops at East Chase. Now hiring. This is your roving reporter. Today I'm talking with a man from outer space.
What's up, Earthling?
I see you've landed your spacecraft over there in that field.
That's right, man.
My question is, why have you landed here on our planet?
I came to see David Ernest.
The asset preservationist?
Yeah, man. I wanted to see if he would take a look at my portfolio for me.
Well, before you make the trip over there, call him on his toll-free number, 833-596-7233.
And I understand those last 4 digits spell out the word safe.
That is correct.
Funny thing happened the last time I came to Earth.
What was that?
I went to the Walmart, man.
Yes?
And I accidentally went in the back door.
How did that work out?
Well, they stopped me and very gently told me that I needed to go around front and come in.
And then what did you do?
I said, cool, man. Take me to your greeter.
You flew millions of miles just for that.
Hey, man, I don't ride them. I just read them.
What are you getting? Still deciding, but I do know on August 11th, I'm choosing Rhett Marcus for Congress. Why Rhett Marcus? Because he's a true conservative, endorsed by President Trump and Senator Katie Britt. Oh, then you can trust him. And he's a small business owner, not a politician.
Sounds like this choice on August 11th is the easiest decision we'll ever make.
Remember to vote on August 11th. I'm Rhett Marcus, the Trump-endorsed candidate for Congress, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Rhett for Alabama.
This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Alabama Home Mortgage. Alabama Home Mortgage, 567-4223. Visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. NMLS number 1586368. An equal housing lender.
Trust is the number one reason why a patient chooses a healthcare provider. Adams Drugs has been your trusted healthcare provider since 1962 and has been voted the number one pharmacy in the River region for many years. We strive each and every day to provide you the level of healthcare you have come to expect from Adams Drugs. The employees at Adams Drugs take pride in developing relationships with their patients, from making sure your prescriptions are filled correctly to getting to know you and your family's needs and following up on any questions you may have. Adams Drugs employees deliver top-notch service. We ask you to visit us at any of our locations in Montgomery, Prattville, Wetumpka, Millbrook, and Pine Level Marbury and give us a chance to earn your business. You can find us at adamsdrugs.net for the location that is nearest to you. Adams Drugs is your local, independently owned Health Mart pharmacy. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
Rich Thomas Weather, a service of Riverside Chevrolet Wetumpka. If it's Chevy, it's Riverside. Best price, best selection. Check them out on the web at riversideusa.net.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. Fewer storms, more sun, hotter temperatures. So here we go. Mostly sunny today with a high temperature in the low to mid 90s, getting close to triple digits on the heat index again. We will be in the low to mid 70s overnight tonight. And today, tomorrow, and Saturday, there will be spotty storms on the radar, scattered here and there, mostly in the afternoon and evening hours, but many towns will get skipped. Over the weekend, look for highs to return to the middle 90s with triple-digit heat indices again. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
The River Region's first and only news talk station on FM. Live, local talk. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
There are those that think I'm a very stable genius.
Welcome back. Why don't you tell the audience what you just told me? 'Cause I mean, I'll tell the audience.
Tell them. I ain't scared.
Eddie's over here like, man, Willie Nelson used to be a good-looking dude.
I saw a picture or a
He was
video of
so
him back in the
hunky.
50s or 60s. Dude, he was a very good-looking man.
Yeah.
He wasn't the pock-faced older gentleman that I see today. He was very smooth-faced. He looked really good. The road's been hard on Willie.
Or maybe it was the weed.
It could have been, but man, I don't know.
But
I kind of feel like he was doing the weed the whole time.
where were you when you realized, man, he's a good-looking fella?
I was watching him on my phone. They were doing a concert. He was joining Jimmy Buffett on the stage sometime in the, I want to say it was mid-60s, maybe early 70s. He was joining Jimmy Buffett on the
pants
stage.
on?
He had shorts on, which kind
No,
of...
did you have your pants on?
Oh, of course I did. He had jorts on, which threw me for a loop. I thought we knew the inventor of jorts, but we didn't.
He's so look at those thighs, too. He must have...
With boots.
And he didn't even hit the weight room. That's just natural
That's natural.
vascularity.
That's natural.
Let's go to Duke. Hey, Duke, how you doing?
Well, I'm sitting here in my truck, looking up at the sky, see how low the sky hanging right now.
You got your pants on? Apparently that's a question we ask nowadays.
I'm looking up at the sky and see how low it's hanging right now because, from Donna from Queens, I'm quite sure you're going to tell us the sky going to fall tonight and everything, and we're going to, different stuff. So I was keeping an eye on the sky, see how low it's hanging.
Well, it might not fall on your head, Duke, because I like you, but
I want
it's going to fall on somebody's head.
I just want to hang low enough. I give me a couple of stars off of it, and out of it, and it can do what it do after that. But y'all fall for anything, don't you?
What do you mean fall for stuff?
I don't know. Depends on what she looks like.
Y'all know what this all about.
No, I don't actually.
I don't have a clue.
Oh,
I really don't have a clue.
let me pull out my coloring crayon here. That Save Act stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna come up.
Okay.
Because Lindsay, because when he talked to Lindsay on the phone, he said that Lindsay told him that he wanted to get that Save Act thing passed and everything, and
Mm-hmm.
just like the guy in California fell out of the air in the helicopter with him, and all that, and perhaps still got shot or whatever, y'all just believe anything you hear. For some reason, I don't know.
You don't think Lindsey Graham was working on the SAVE Act in the Senate?
No, I was talking about what he said when he came back home, right before he died. He mumbled those words to a certain individual saying that Lindsay said he wanted to get.
Duke, you got a problem showing ID when you go vote?
We already do that, huh?
Right. Yeah, we do it in Alabama, but we don't do it in certain
what I'm
important
saying
swing
is
states.
What always happens in those swing states?
What's this Save Act crap going to do in you, brand new, that's going to be different?
Well, if it's not going to change much of anything, it shows it
why worry?
requires voter ID. And if it's not going to change
That's
much
not my
anything in the swing states, what's the big deal?
That's not my question. What is it going to add? What is going to bring differently that we have to qualify for or show proof for right now that we don't have in the system already?
Nothing here in
What is it going
Alabama.
to bring you? I heard through the grapevine it's got something to do with birth certificates and passports.
Yeah,
and all
like
that
showing
kind of
you're a
stuff.
U.S. citizen, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we already got this system running. But here's what's strange about the whole thing, though, Joey. We didn't hear a damn thing when somebody won a sweeping election and bragged about how that he just whipped Kamala Harris like a damn runaway slave and all that.
No, that's not what he said. I believe he said something like,
I'm a better looking person than Kamala.
right, that's
I
what he
still
said.
agree with it.
Yeah, but anyway, you hear him on the word, like all my old saying, you hear that rat piss on the cotton in the corner over there, 10 miles down the hallway. So all of a sudden now the sky damn is gonna fall again when it comes to election. Every time election come up, the damn sky about to fall.
Well, I've got everybody
Why
talking
the
about
sky
it.
keep on
Everybody's
falling?
CNN's doing stories. ProPublica is doing stories. Even they're talking about it in the radio in Alabama. That's not going
All
to
the way
change
in
anything
Alabama.
because Alabama's great, isn't Katie's great. Coach is great.
And what's all this with this obsession about the damn 2020 thing? I mean, they tell black folks all the time, let the past go, let the past go. Damn, white folks, let some of this stuff here go. About 2020, please. Oh,
Can't argue on that, Duke. I'm sorry.
it started to work my nerve a little bit. I'm gonna have to. What's that place where I can give me some legal calm me down?
They're still working
legal
on
calm
it.
me down.
They're still working on it.
What is that?
The legal calm me down. That actually is a pretty good brand name. You ought to keep out.
The calm me
think
down.
about protecting that. Yeah.
Yeah, Lee, I need some legal calm me down. So
Yeah.
they hadn't opened up yet.
No, I did hear of a doctor's office in Montgomery that you can go to get the situation started, but I don't know what you can do other than that.
I need just a dime bag, you know.
Oh, well, then you can just come, anywhere in Montgomery. You know where to go, Duke. But a dime bag is 25 nowadays, Duke. A dime bag is 25 nowadays. You know that.
Well, anyhow, no, this thing needs to come to a head about this 2020 thing. I'm tired of it. I mean, we're gonna, we supposed to get some brand new stuff tonight from Donna from Queens, so I don't know.
I don't know either. Like, we'll see what he comes out with.
I wish I like popcorn. Hell, I give me some popcorn. Eat some popcorn. Watch it here.
Oh, yeah.
Get them some popcorn too much.
How about some pork
I'm
rinds?
hoping it's a head
You can get
fake.
some pork rinds. I'm going to get some spicy pork rinds and watch it.
Spicy pork rinds?
Nah,
Baconettes.
I will even some Cracker Jacks. I go give me some Cracker
Crack
Jacks.
Jack's pretty good.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
and like pork rinds, all right,
I
but
love
you
the
better
pork
have something to drink.
Oh, yeah.
I know.
You're
I know.
choked to
Cracker
death.
Jacks on right on. I do.
Yeah.
Popcorn or something.
Hot sauce,
Somebody
some pork
call.
rinds, and a
You so
cold
stupid.
bush.
You don't know. Yeah. Cracker Jack is popcorn. You know some of these damn callers how they try to detect the Duke like that right there.
I see.
But anyhow,
Just done you
Y'all got
wrong.
me speechless
They do you
now.
wrong,
Y'all got-
man.
Y'all got me speechless now. Let me go now. If I talk
All right,
too much
Duke.
now.
man.
See you, brother.
No, it'll be fun to see.
Yes.
It'll be something at least. What is he going to come up with?
I have no idea.
Because it is interesting to see all the media posturing. And like everybody getting
Which makes
like
me
all
think of
worked up.
what you
It's like,
said earlier. What if it's
Yeah.
just a big head fake?
who knows? Or maybe they really got something.
I don't know. Going into the weekend and all.
No, a Thursday is a good time to drop it.
Right,
Friday
get the
would be
buzz
worse.
going. No, but I mean,
you
you
get the buzz going, then
yeah.
you get the weekend talk shows,
Yep.
and
Yep.
yeah, you're into next
Sounds
week with
planned.
it. Right. And it's a good way to sort of kick off after July the 4th. We're going into the midterm.
True. You know
But-
what he's doing, man.
Speaking of elections, the special election that's coming up on August the 11th.
Yeah.
For Congressional District 2. And right now it's folks running to be the Republican nominee. Because
yeah.
Shamari Figures is the presumed current sitting congressman, will be the Democratic nominee. Next week on Wednesday, so far, we have, I believe, David Matthews.
Okay.
He will be on at 2 on Wednesday. And then the very next day at 2 on Thursday,
Yep.
we'll have Rhett Marquez.
Okay.
So I look forward to talking to both those gentlemen. And anybody else, like we had on Hampton Harris the other day. I liked talking to Hampton very much. He's always welcome back. Anybody else? Chris Horn, anybody else running? You're welcome on the show. Now, you notice nobody's hit us up. All these 18 people have qualified to run for District 3 City Council here in Montgomery.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's hit us up.
Have you put an invite out there?
Nah, I like to be asked to the dance.
This is why you're so single, brother.
Yeah, I don't like to show
I know.
initiative.
I know.
Right. If I lived in like Boston or something, I get a lot of dates. But, I've lived here in Sweet Home, Alabama, and all
Sweet
the girls
Home,
like,
Alabama.
I would date him, but he won't even show initiative. And
Got to show initiative.
he doesn't even know how to
You got to
change.
show that you got
He doesn't
potential.
even know how to change a tire. That's what that Eddie Bader said.
He
on
can
the-
change a tire like nobody's business.
So you do got to wonder, what's Trump going to do tonight?
I hope it's a head fake. Just hope it gets us giggling.
Oh, and did you see, and I've got all the clips and stuff, but Rubio and Besant and then Stephen Miller put on a real barn burner, where at the Resurgence of Political Terrorism press conference, that's literally the name behind them on the...
Okay.
No, they were calling out left-wing, homegrown left-wing terrorism.
Give me an example.
Like Antifa. Rubio
Antifa?
rallies 60-plus countries to confront Antifa. Antifa.
Do you think it could be related that the fact that that American aid is not around anymore, USAID, we haven't had many riots?
Yeah, it is interesting.
Isn't that weird?
Well, and a lot of elections were being won
Yeah.
in South America, in Latin
I-
America.
I don't know if you could put that together.
Won by conservative folks.
Yes.
Like one real conservative Catholic dude
Yeah.
just won one, I think in Colombia.
Yep.
Yeah.
Kind of
I
weird.
saw a whole video of him saying the rosary with his family. I was
Really?
like, those cute kids. That's a lovely wife. That's nice. That's a nice thing to see.
I'm just wondering if they had anything to do with that mystery pile of bricks.
It is interesting.
It is.
And, for all the years we've seen, right-wing terrorism, the SPLC said a thing, and so it must be true. let's go investigate it. It's nice to see, the shoes on the other foot.
Yep.
Now, my hope is there ain't going to be any terrorism, because that's just ugly
That's gonna
and
happen.
terrible. We don't need any.
Happened, Joe.
Anyway, this part of the program?
Yeah.
In fact, the entire hour brought to you by Alabama Home Mortgage. And I guess at Alabama Home Mortgage, they can help you out with a mortgage.
They sure can.
Now, that could be you have a house, you have a current mortgage. In fact, you've been paying into that house for a while,
Okay.
where you have quite a pile of money built up in equity. And you're like, what could you use that for, Eddie?
Well, let's say I want to do some repairs on the house.
Sure.
Or I just want to do some improvements.
Yeah.
Say I want to remodel the kitchen. I'm actually adding value to the house on top of that.
You're tired of these countertops you installed in the early aughts.
Yeah, but say I hadn't had a good vacation in 20 years, but I've got a lot of equity in my house, and my wife's been bugging me for a good vacation. We could do that with the money. It's my money. I can do whatever I want.
Maybe you got like credit card debts that have gotten out of control.
Those 27% interest rates, they kind of hurt, Joey.
Stop buying so much on Amazon, honey.
Yeesh. They got us.
Or it could be you just, want to restructure your finances in general. And, with that big pile of money sitting there, a refinance deal, they can help you at Alabama Home Mortgage. And, of course, they can help you in the home buying process, especially if you're a first-time home buyer. Starts with pre-approval. Do not skip the pre-approval step, and don't rely on free online calculators and stuff.
No.
Because that's going to really lead you astray. Instead, get the real story from Alabama Home Mortgage. Once you get pre-approved, they will walk with you every step of the way, all the way to closing day. So check them out today. 567-4223. That's 567-4223. Or you can visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. There is a difference in mortgage companies like Kim Williams and Madeline Cannon. Prove that to you today. NMLS number 1586368. An equal housing lender. Now I'm just wondering, like none of the candidates were running for District 3. It's like, people in District 3 don't listen to the show.
I got a feeling they do. Every time I think somebody don't listen to the show, I'm telling you, Joey, motor pool in Montgomery. Listeners. Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Why would city employees listen to this show? Wait, you're telling me black Democrats listen to this show?
Yes, they do. We even get a few callers now and again.
I don't know about that.
Yeah. Yep.
I don't know why.
Sometimes they argue, but sometimes they just like to remind us they're out there. We're still here, still making noise.
Now, I think the one type of liberal that doesn't listen, the awful, the affluent white female liberal of a certain age.
Joey,
I drive them crazy.
Because she'll call. Don't say it because she'll
I'm
call.
just saying there's plenty of folks.
Joey.
I think there are even Hispanic folks that listen, black folks, black Democrats that
make her
listen.
call.
But the awfuls, the affluent white female liberals, they can't. Especially when my voice gets like that,
Yeah.
and it's sort of that whiny. I'm almost getting like Mark Levin.
You're sending out the signal, Joey. Wrong signal.
What, of early onset menopause?
He may not know whether he's coming or going, but whether you're going to work or coming
it's an
home,
ovary.
Greg Budell is there. Mornings 6 till 9 and afternoons 3 till 6. Only on News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Are you tired of the mainstream media's biased reporting? Do you want to stay informed on the news that really matters to you? Look no further than 1819 News. At 1819 News, we bring you the latest in Alabama news, politics, sports, culture, and more. We've assembled a team of journalists with Alabama values dedicated to the truth and the truth alone. Visit us at 1819news.com today. That's 1819news.com. Subscribe to our newsletter. Honest News, Alabama Values.
Pizza Perfect is carrying over the $10 buffet for July. They also have the perfect deal to feed your family tonight. Order any large pizza and get an order of boneless wings free. Pizza Perfect is known for their all-you-can-eat buffet, including pizza, spaghetti, breadsticks, salad, dessert, and drink, and it's only $10 in July. Available Monday through Saturday for lunch and for dinner on Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday. Buy any large pizza, get an order of boneless wings on the house at Pizza Perfect, Coliseum Boulevard, Eastbrook, pickup and delivery.
This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Alabama Home Mortgage. Alabama Home Mortgage, 567-4223. Visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. NMLS number 1586368, an equal housing lender.
Live, local talk. The River Region's most trusted voice for news and opinion. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Oh, girl, baby girl. Oh, really? Don't even play.
Shut up, silly woman.
Joey Clark.
Oh, there's Judge Napolitano selling gold and silver. You know, he emailed me the other day.
How is Judge doing?
He emailed me saying, sending from Lake Como.
Como?
Yeah. In Italy.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, that's a heck of a place to be alive.
At least he's thinking of you in Italy.
No, I was like, that's sweet.
That's kind of cool. I mean,
I was a little jealous, I have to admit.
He could have just sent the jet. We could have gone over.
You could have just sent me your op-ed, Judge. You didn't have to be like sending from Lake Como. Like,
maybe he's looking for you to invite yourself over.
I don't know about that.
Hey, just saying.
We have one of the 18
One of the
running for
18.
District
Yes,
3
yes,
here
sir.
for the Montgomery City Council. You're on there? Who's this?
Yeah. My ballot name is Robert Marcus, M-A-R-C-U-S. Marcus is my last name.
Okay.
Robert Marcus.
I'm usually known as Gray Hair Runner.
You sounded very familiar.
So, why are you running?
Well, rather than sit around and bitching and moaning like a lot of people do, it came open. I couldn't believe that she did what she did. And the position came open, and I'm retired. And I thought, well, maybe I better quit complaining about the things that bother me, which is the police force, law enforcement, and things like that. And maybe I could get on the council and do something about it. Plus, the fact that I would like to try to do something about education of very young children, since that was my background, 33 years in early childhood education.
Okay.
And I've got some other credentials. I served in the military, and I just don't know. And I know one of the reasons that people probably don't call and ask you is because we don't know what the reality is on using a radio show, if there's equal time or if whatever we say, you
Yeah, I mean,
you're going to put it.
if I have any of y'all on, I'll definitely have an open. It doesn't mean I will have everybody on, but I have an open door policy essentially. Like if you want to be on, I'll make the time.
Well, that's why when I listened to you, and I never called in because I didn't know that. I've always thought it was equal time. So I'm learning a lot doing this. I learned a lot about qualifying. It's not as easy as people think it is.
Yes, sir.
So,
Interesting.
There's a lot of red tape. And I would like to know how the city council works. And I'm a lifelong Montgomeryan, and I care about the city, and I care about what goes on. And I care about what other people think. I've got relatives out in California and New York that still think we all have outhouses and don't have running water, and the sunshine doesn't get here till next week. So, I think I can do better than that.
Well, folks, one of the 18, Robert Marcus. Robert, I like your reasons. I think they're very noble reasons to actually put your skin in the game and say, you know what, I have experience. I care about a bunch of issues here. You're particularly right about early childhood education and also the, say, policing issues in the city. So I hope folks out there listening, living in Montgomery in the area, remember the name Robert Marcus.
Yeah, I was Montgomery's first and only Caucasian male early childhood Head Start teacher back in 1956. 76,
wow.
excuse me.
Oh, 76, okay.
No, I go way back.
Well, when you said 56, I'm like, how old are you? But 76 makes no sense.
I was born September 6, 1939 at 8:30 at night. Now, that wasn't last night. I've learned a lot since then. I know a lot of stuff. I'm old and I know stuff.
Well,
I'm not afraid to speak out, and I consider myself an ICC, an independent constitutional conservative.
There you go.
And I love the First and Second Amendment.
Amen, brother. Well, I got to hit my top of the hour break, and I appreciate you calling in. I encourage the other 17 to
I'll
call
be
in.
back. I listen to Duke mouth off all the time, and I think he ought to jump in here too. If he ever gets a chance, he'll learn something. Anyway, I'm at the Wellness Center at AUM. I'm about to go in here and work out. The Lord has granted me a nice old existence, and I'm going to stick with it.
God bless. Amen, brother. Appreciate you, Robert.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you, Robert.
Like that right there. I do have to hit my top of the hour
All right.
break. We'll be right back.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusana, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.
With SRN News, I'm Bob Agnew in Washington. Caroline Leavitt making a return to the White House today after a nearly 3-month maternity leave. She used a press briefing to tout the benefits of those new Trump accounts. Leavitt offered little information about what the president can be expected to speak about tonight as he addresses the nation. Texas Governor Greg Abbott has issued disaster declarations in 59 counties across his state. That's after days of heavy rains posing once again a serious risk of the kind of flash flooding that left 25 girls dead at a Christian camp last year. U.S. Coast Guard crews have suspended their search for 3 people who were still missing a day after their boat capsized in the cold, choppy waters in San Francisco Bay. That vessel had been carrying 20 people. 16 were rescued. 1 was already confirmed dead. On Wall Street, the Dow Jones Industrial Average and the other major indexes struggling. The Dow's off 138 points. This is SRN News.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-555-2085. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-555-2085. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-555-2085. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-555-2085 or biglou.com.
Rich Thomas Weather is brought to you by Mr. Electric of Montgomery. Mr. Electric, we've got the power to make things better. Visit MrElectric.com.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. Fewer storms, more sun, hotter temperatures. So here we go. Mostly sunny today with a high temperature in the low to mid 90s, getting close to triple digits on the heat index again. We will be in the low to mid 70s overnight tonight. And today, tomorrow, and Saturday, there will be spotty storms on the radar, scattered here and there, mostly in the afternoon and evening hours, but many towns will get skipped. Over the weekend, look for highs to return to the middle 90s with triple-digit heat indices again. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
1819 News.
U.S. Attorney General Steve Marshall is weighing in on a report coming out of Congress by Senator Chuck Grassley of Iowa. That report shows that former special counsel Jack Smith accessed the text messaging of 44 members of Congress who were supportive of Donald Trump during his presidential campaign. Smith was appointed as special counsel during the Joe Biden administration to bring about charges and a conviction against Trump. However, that never really transpired. Marshall was on Newsmax saying that Smith took part in a weaponized government agency with the goal of taking out Joe Biden's political enemies.
Look, we've already seen from Senator Grassley a rollout of the effort of Jack Smith and others that were doing the Biden administration's work to be able to look at the records of federal officials. Now we know it's gone even farther against not only what the law requires, but the internal policies of the Department of Justice to weaponize that administration to go after their political enemies. Todd Blanchard has an obligation now to investigate it and hold those individuals accountable.
I'll be back with more Alabama stories after this.
Covenant Rescue Group seeks to directly support organizations and agencies that are fighting the global battle against human trafficking. They do this through funding, procuring, and advocating. You can go to covenantrescue.org for further details. They need your donations, guys. Hop on and donate.
The Alabama Department of Public Health is reporting on cases of cyclosporiasis that have been confirmed here in the state. There are 11 cases of the parasite-induced sickness that causes diarrhea, bloating, and stomach cramps. The illness is spread through food or drink that carry the parasites. The majority of cases in the state are located in northern Alabama. There have been no hospitalizations or deaths associated with this illness here in the state. The cases of cyclosporiasis have erupted across the nation ever since May 1st, with the Center for Disease Control tracking 1,600 cases. I'm Andrea Tice.
For more news affecting Alabamians, go to 1819news.com. And while you're there, subscribe to the daily newsletter.
Hi, I'm Carl Schmidt, naturopath and owner of the Herb Shop Wellness Center at 8161 Vaughan Road. You know, with over 30 years experience in natural wellness, I've seen countless health fads come and go. A few years ago, we added a patented technology that actually activates your stem cells. It reverses the aging process at the cellular level. However, you do need proper hydration and targeted nutrition. At the Herb Shop, our advanced scanning and testing technology allows us to accurately assess your nutritional needs and get a customized plan for you. Come in today and see what the Herb Shop can do for you.
This hour of News and Views is brought to you by our good friends at Cole Plumbing, 279-8919. Cole Plumbing is number one in the number two business. You don't have to dig a hole. They have proprietary pipelining technology. Ask them about their tankless water heaters. Remember, when you have trouble with your bowl, call on Cole.
Hey, y'all, Lewis at the Capital Oyster Bar. We're located over here on that beautiful Alabama River. Y'all, we have a good time down here on the river, and I want to tell you, this Sunday we're going to do it again. 4 o'clock showtime from New Orleans. Big Al and the Heavyweights. Man, we love when these guys come to town, and you know, we've been doing this for 30 years, and I'll guarantee you Big Al's been playing probably 25 of those, man. It's been a long time we've been together, so you're going to love it. Some good old music. Check it all out, CapitalOysterBar.com, or our Facebook page. You're going to see a map how to get here, a menu of the good food. We also rent out pontoon boats. All you need is a driver's license, a credit card. We can hook you up on a day on the river, and you jump in there and cool off a little bit. We also got an RV park down here. If you want to come down and stay a little while, we got a nice bathhouse, a laundromat in there, so you can come down here and stay for a while. So let me remind you again, Big Al and the Heavyweights out of New Orleans. It's going to be a fun time. It's going to be a good show. Check it out at CapitalOysterBar.com, because we got some more shows lined up right behind it. So see you soon. Come hungry and bring the family with you.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers. It's time for Montgomery's Conversational Radio Show. It's news and views on News Talk 93.1 FM. To join the conversation, call 272-9228.
Welcome back to the program. I'm your host, Joey Clark. Eddie Bader is the fellow reaching down to his bag. He's got his glasses on, and we got a few calls. Yeah. Let's go to line 2. Talk to Billy Bob. Hey, Billy Bob, how you doing?
I'm pretty good, Joe.
Good to hear.
And I hear y'all doing good too.
Yes, sir.
So, can anybody kind of draw me a map or whatever, visualization of what District 3, where those boundaries are? I'm not even. They keep sending me a card.
Yeah, I don't know off the top of my head.
Get a card. I get a card every year, more or less, telling me this and that about districts and all, but I still can't remember. I think I'm in 4, West Montgomery. The what I always refer to now as the wrong side of Montgomery. That's proven to be bearing out to be true too.
I'm trying to pull up the map here. What 3 is?
I'm not sure. I had the I'm going to say pleasure and honor of running into that gray-haired fella and all.
Yeah, 86 running for the city council. I like that.
How's that?
He's 86 years old, running for the city council.
Yeah. When he said 39, shoot, I was 49. So, man. And I tell you what, it was at, won't call it a barber shop because them gals are, I mean, they cut style and all like that.
Mm-hmm.
But he was there, and of course, he's got a whole lot more hair than I do for Vanessa to work with and all. But wow, the little bit of conversation that we had, he's just sharp as all get out and all. And and I want to say that he's a jarhead,
could be
a Marine. And I understand
Okay.
I understand they don't retire. They ain't never former or whatever it
Right.
used to be. They always won. He would certainly be. That's the out of that whole double hand bunch. And Kevin Elkins running for that too, and
Yeah, Kevin's running.
yeah, that's one that I always used to listen to. Used to make me so mad. And talking about me getting mad, his callers, who are a bunch of ne'er-do-well, them Democrats, DIM, boy, he really used to make them mad because he wasn't towing the line. And then the last I heard and all was that he fell in love with little Stevie and all. So that was sad to hear. Anyway, I know he used to always talk about going to to the city council and all like that. And I only been one time years ago when they threatened me, but
Well, and I found a map here. It's like Highland Gardens, King Hill, Newton, Garden Square, Chisholm, Sheridan Heights. It goes all the way down to, I guess, that's Cottage Hill.
Yep.
Yeah, that sort of area. That
Man,
whole part, including part of downtown.
I know you could easily refer to Cloverdale and Capitol Heights as being old school Montgomery, but by golly, that is too right there too. Eddie's stomping grounds and all, and that's where the working folks, the lower class, if you want to offend Eddie, put him in that neck of the woods and all. Garden, Highland Garden. Yeah.
Good Sense is like just West Ann Street once you cross over.
Yeah.
That's most.
Really?
Yeah, West Ann Street is most of this district north of, I guess, the interstate.
You know, speaking of that, I went by and looked over, always do, at Robert D. Lee and all. Used to look at the statue and all. I was on the other side of town, the blue side, and all. But when I looked back there yesterday, man, there's some heavy equipment and all. I understand they're fixing to show enough change things around in that neck of the woods.
Oh yeah, I think I know some people working on it. And that's good to see improvements actually get done.
Yeah, and they're talking about really, it used to be, and of course they took it all down now. Apartment complex right there on the corner, Ann and the Mount Mary's, beginning of Mount Mary's and all like that. And the highlight of that place, I only went in there one time, was several units and all, was that they had, it was brick, and I'm sure back in the 50s and all, but they had big plate glass windows, picture window, and I love a picture window and all, from being a youngin'. Anyway, now all that's gone, and I understand when they want to do a connect, whatchamacallit, Coliseum.
Yep.
And no, let's see,
widen all that up, be one strip.
Yeah, which means working right through that area, and there was some big pipe. That's my bag, my world too, and all. So underground drainage, stormwater, all that whatever, no drainage. So in that area behind, and that would more or less line up with Federal Drive and all right there. So yeah, it's going to be a a whole big old change.
Yeah, it will be.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate it.
Yeah. Bless y'all.
Thank you, Billy Bob.
Thank you, Billy Bob.
See you, brother.
All right, see you around.
He's been here a while.
272-9228. Yeah, man.
He knows Montgomery.
Oh, yeah. No, there are some folks who stayed.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
God love them. You know, it's good to see, like, oh, you raise taxes on property taxes, right? It's actually seeing the money go to work makes the sting a little less. And, you know, the majority voted for it. So, like, you know,
Yeah,
I'm not going to get
the
too.
majority of the people that are
too-
voting,
Mhm.
it's not going to affect them whatsoever because they own no property.
Doesn't
I
get
can see
passed on
where
in rents?
property owners kind of go,
Doesn't get passed on in rents.
Some do, but then you have those folks like that masked lady up there today in New York who don't like it. If
Yeah, but that's in New York.
you don't think we got them folks here, man, I'll
Yeah,
take
but-
you to see some of my tenants right now.
Yeah, but they ain't got this. Well, I was about to say.
Uh-huh. What do they got?
We don't have a full on like commie mondami.
No, we don't. No, we don't. I'll give you that.
We more have like civil rights socialism.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is not as bad as commie mondami.
It's not as bad, but still, not everything is.
Like there's still some common sense around these parts. Like pay your damn rent.
Yeah. You want to
Like,
stay?
Not
You gotta
crying
pay.
for you if you ain't paying your rent.
Yeah. If you want to stay, you got to pay.
Like, and we know you're making plenty of money on the side. Like,
Yeah. Oh, exactly.
Like, come on. But no, to see like, okay, we had a vote of the people. They wanted higher property taxes. To see the money actually go into play at like these schools. It's like, okay, good.
That'd be great.
Like that's how local government should work. And in fact, in an ideal world, I think most government issues would be kind of local stuff.
You would love that, right?
Yeah, I'd like that a lot better than the current system we got. Now, in a way, there's more theater and drama and all the dramatic stuff we don't even have real responsibilities for that come out of the federal system.
Right.
There's a great human interest side and human story to our, and that's why it's so popular because it's got sizzle, baby, and real consequences and all this stuff.
Sizzle and fry.
Right. You know, who's going to control the nukes is much more interesting of a question than like, who's going to cut that grass on the boulevard?
But it needs cut. God, I seen some the other day,
Right.
3 feet tall.
Right. But we'll see.
We'll see.
272-9228. Let's see. Coach Tuberville doubled down on data centers. Says opposition generated from Chinese propaganda. All right. Good to have Coach Tommy Tuberville out there continuing to shake things up. 272-9228. That's 334-272-9228. Yeah, he said that on Jeff Poor's show earlier this morning. Who do we got?
Freebird.
Freebird. What's up, Freebird?
I've been sitting here listening to y'all. I enjoy your program, Joe, and I like your sidekick. He come out of Chisholm, huh?
Yeah, he just walked out of the room. I don't know why.
Well, he I don't know. He may have went to get him a drink of water, yeah?
Yeah, maybe. Somebody called him and he's in trouble again.
Is that right?
Yeah, he could have.
I was just wondering, are they going to remodel the old Lee High School, or are they going to tear it down, Joey? Do you know?
I think it's remodel.
That's what I think. I called the planning commission downtown the other day and talked to a lady, and she didn't know a whole lot. And matter of fact, I asked her that question, and she said, I don't know. And I said, well, maybe Joey knows.
Yeah, I think
But-
it's a pretty big remodel. It's not they're not tearing down the whole facility. I don't think they raised the money for that.
Yeah, that's a big building. My two children, we had a boy and a girl, and they both graduated from there a long time ago. And anyway, things sure have changed. I've enjoyed your program, Joey. Keep up the good work.
Thank you, Freebird. Appreciate you. Thanks,
Yes, sir.
272-9228. Again, if you want to get in on the conversation, we can talk old time Montgomery if y'all like and how things have changed. It definitely has changed. I think some good, some bad. Yeah, I suppose depends on your perspective, right? Let's see who this is on line one. You're on there. Who's this?
Hey, this is Wade.
Hey, Ray.
I'm on the air right now.
Yes, you are.
Oh, sweet. Is this Joey?
Yes.
Awesome, man. I just heard somebody talk about the Lee High School, asking if it was being torn down.
Mhm.
from what I know, it is being torn down, and the Capitol Heights Junior High is going to be built kind of behind it, is what I've heard.
Okay. Well,
I just heard that, so I was like, well, they're not remodeling it. They're actually going to tear it down and then build another one, but they're behind it.
Okay. Well, it shows how much, like, I don't have kids in the system. So
No, I just happened to see the plans for it or whatever. So, but no, I thought I'd call in. Also, man, I appreciate your show. Listen every day.
Yeah, and I just conferred with some media reports, and I appreciate you with getting the real story out there. Thanks, man.
Yes, sir. All right.
Yeah, is being torn down, as he said. Make way for a brand new Capitol Heights Middle School. Well, that's good. It's an old building. Let's go to line 2. You're on. Who's this? Hello, you're
Hey,
on.
man.
Hey, what's up?
I got an idea.
Mm-hmm.
What they ought to do is tear down the old Lee High School, which is such a historic school, sell the bricks for each individual that graduated there or went to school there, and make a little, make some funds off of it.
Actually, that ain't too bad at all.
Sell it for $5. $5. My wife graduated there.
Yeah, I think one of my uncles graduated from there. It must be ongoing now. They better get on it. Hope the idea is not too late, because I bet you could make at least a little bit of money for some fun.
I ain't no doubt.
Yeah, my dad and mom were more Jeff Davis graduates, I believe.
I got you. Well, it's a wonderful school.
Oh yeah, it is.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate it. Appreciate the call. It's again changes. Changes. Of course, now known as Percy Julian. PJ. 272-9228. Again, if you want to get in on the program. It's almost like the 37 going on 38-year-old bachelor with no children has no idea what's going on in the public schools. Yeah, I think that's fair, though. I got to hit this break. First, as part of the program, brought to you by Bo Goodson and the Goodson Group. And there at the Goodson Group, Bo and his team are ready to help you out with buying or selling property here in Montgomery and the surrounding areas. Bo's been working in this market for about half a century now. I'm sure he's seen the changes. And, of course, with all that experience, not only can they help you with buying and selling property here in Montgomery, if you have a home that you want to change into a rental, make it a rental investment. They can help you out with management services there at the Goodson Group for a reasonable fee. Great idea in this market. So again, whether you're looking to buy or sell property here in the Montgomery and surrounding areas, or looking to have that rental managed, check out the Goodson Group today. You can always go to thegoodsongroup.com or give them a call at 551-0225. That's 551-0225. Bo Goodson and the Goodson Group. We'll be right back.
Want to carry News Talk in your pocket? Download the News Talk 93.1 app from the App Store. Available on iPhone and Android. Never miss a moment. Download now.
What are you getting? Still deciding, but I do know on August 11th, I'm choosing Rhett Marcus for Congress. Why Rhett Marcus? Because he's a true conservative, endorsed by President Trump and Senator Katie Britt. Oh, then you can trust him. And he's a small business owner, not a politician. Sounds like this choice on August 11th is the easiest decision we'll ever make.
Remember to vote on August 11th. I'm Rhett Marcus, the Trump-endorsed candidate for Congress, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Rhett for Alabama.
A new year brings new opportunities, and right now the market is starting to shift.
Interest rates are beginning to come down, which means more buying power and more options for buyers who've been waiting.
If you're thinking about buying a home, this could be the moment to take that next step.
And whether you're buying, selling, or investing, having experience on your side matters more than ever.
At Hannah and Eddie Realty Group, we're also growing our team.
If you're an experienced agent ready to make a difference in this market and want to be part of a team that values knowledge, support, and results, call Hannah and Eddie Realty Group, where opportunity meets experience.
And the match is about to begin.
Most of the team is out with COVID-19, so there'll be some substitutes tonight.
What's this? We have an unexpected guest on the field.
It's a dog. Well, they could do with extra players.
She's going for the ball.
Our front paws, hands or feet?
Soccer season is full of surprises, and COVID-19 could be one of them. If you test positive, prescription medications may help. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Learn more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
For too long, Alabama's statewide news companies have shamed us for our conservative Christian values. Alabama deserves a news company that cherishes our culture, a company that isn't bought and paid for by the powers that be. 1819 News is that company. Run by Alabamians for Alabamians, 1819 News celebrates what is good and beautiful about our state while exposing those who work against our values in secret. Just go to 1819news.com to learn more. Subscribe to our newsletter. That's 1819news.com. This hour of News and Views is brought to you by our good friends at Cole Plumbing, 279-8919. Cole Plumbing is number one in the number two business. You don't have to dig a hole. They have proprietary pipelining technology. Ask them about their tankless water heaters. Remember, when you have trouble with your bowl, call on Cole.
The River Region's News Talk Station. News Talk 93.1, WACV. News Talk 93.1.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. 272-9228 if you want to get in on the conversation. 334-272-9228. And apparently, it looks like Caroline Leavitt, who did that press conference, first day back for her, after, having a new baby, first time baby for her, first time new mama. She seems to have confirmed a little bit of what Trump will be talking about tonight in this big primetime speech. We'll see exactly what he brings up here, when we watch it live. But let's check out what Caroline Leavitt has to say. Good having the whole band back together so Leavitt can control the press room.
She looks lovely.
Yes, she does. Well, that look doesn't look. She looks a little annoyed with that reporter, but let's.
140 days now. If what he says is tonight is backed up by evidence.
Oh, it's because it's Caitlin Collins.
Of course it is,
Thus,
Joey.
look at that look.
Of course it is.
Caroline's giving Caitlin.
Yeah.
Yeah, you think high school is just a short time in your life.
It's not. Believe you me, it ain't.
It's most things.
It's most.
Which sucks.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's see what Caroline confirmed.
All right.
Why hasn't anyone been charged?
Well, he hasn't revealed it yet. He hasn't declassified the documents yet, and you will see what he says tonight, and then we'll move forward appropriately from there.
Tonight from the Justice Department?
I don't speak on behalf of the Justice Department, Caitlin. You know that. Rachel.
You know that, Caitlin.
You know that, Caitlin. That was the subtext. Like, you know that. Stupid. No, but I like having Leavitt back, and
Me
I'm
too.
sure getting a little life experience is it's just fascinating. And okay, so here is a reporter trying to drive a wedge between J.D. Vance because of stuff he said on Rogan about Iran in the Iran war and President Trump. Let's listen.
As far as I'm concerned, it's just a waste of time dealing with them. They're liars. There's something wrong with them. They are cuckoo. They are scum, sick people, vicious, violent people.
Yes.
And then Vice President Vance went on Joe Rogan last night and he said, I'm very frustrated by the Americans and frankly by people in other countries who say you cannot negotiate with the Iranians. So your response to these contradictions, because I think you can understand how that's confusing for Americans with this mixed messaging. And then second question for you, at least 6 Americans are
If it's confusing for Americans, then Americans are stupid.
Joe.
I'm sorry. I'm not running for office. But dadgum, the stuff that they get y'all to dance for.
Have you not fell victim of?
Of course
Okay.
I have. That's why I'm saying it. As I'm judging myself.
Okay.
That's how this works.
Want to make sure. I just want to make sure. That's perfectly fair.
But at least I know I'm dancing. You know what I mean?
Yes, unfortunately I do.
It's like, look at these strings.
Yeah, unfortunately I do, buddy.
It's a weird sort of liberation. Anyway, let's keep going. See how Caroline handles this ridiculous question.
Detained in Iran. Will President Trump make this conditional, a point of condition in continuing these conversations with the country, as well as political prisoners, and also people that are still being executed in Iran to this day?
Sure. To your second question, I'll never create a red line or a condition on behalf of the president without his blessing. I haven't heard him say that, but obviously ensuring the return of Americans wrongfully detained or held hostage all over this world remains a priority for him, and he has done so in a tremendous way over the course of the last year and a half. Americans from all over the world have returned home thanks to this president and the efforts of his national security team. To your first question about the comments between the president and the vice president, respectfully, I do think you're taking comments from different times throughout this conflict and kind of asking me if these are contradictory of each other. I can tell you the president, vice president are on the exact same page about where we are right now in this conflict. And the fact that you do see elements of what's remaining in the Iranian regime that are more willing to make a deal, and then other elements who are not so maybe willing to make a deal, shows that Operation Epic Fury was incredibly effective because we neutered their ability to communicate with one another, and they are a fragmented system. They are not the once very strong, powerful terrorist state that they were before this operation, which was one of the ultimate goals. So we'll continue to work through the process, and as I said, the president will hold them accountable when they turn their back on the words that they state to the United States, but he is always open to diplomacy at the very same time.
And also, Vance kind of explained this if you watch the full interview of what's going on here. He's like, there are pragmatists in the country that realize we've been whooped.
Yeah, it's coming to an end, so we got nothing to lose.
And yet, the more the pragmatists essentially say, yeah, we realize that, the more the hardliners double down.
Yep.
And to her point, not everybody's, there's no chief. And so the hardliners are really starting to realize that, hey, we're losing all our poker chips, especially the Strait of Hormuz.
Yeah.
And the way he put it to, Vice President Vance put it to Rogan is, you, Joe, could go spend $100,000, buy a bunch of drones, and create a problem in the Strait. Like, that's what we're dealing with. It's not, well, a lot of their sophisticated stuff's been destroyed. But
yeah,
like,
I kind of think so too. They're fractured out.
Right.
Military, you know.
And so if they're going to keep doing that, we're going to hit them back. And that's what Trump's doing. And also, it's like, it's almost like, remember when Trump, like, dressed down Zelensky? You're being rude.
I do remember that.
I thought it was great entertainment.
As did I.
And now they're like best buddies again or something?
Yeah, well, you know, we need some money.
Right. Especially, you know, they're winning. I like it when they win. I tried with Putin. I tried. It's almost like Trump says stuff for effect. These people are crazy. They're cuckoo. They're not good folks. It's maybe like Trump is understanding the situation's a bit more nuanced than what he literally says.
Well, they fall for it every time.
But it's good to have like a reminder that the corporate media are just wretched.
When will they be approved again?
Corporate media?
Yeah. Do you think they'll ever come back around, Joey, to a trusting?
No, not the, well, maybe down the line, but it's going to be a while.
I don't know.
It's going to be a long, long while. Oh, and now here's more on this speech tonight.
Okay.
Well, look at that look. She's queuing one up.
Oh, yes, she is. Seen those micro looks, buddy?
Oh, yeah. No, I've seen it.
That's the one you're picking up on right there.
I just sometimes feel like you and I are movie characters, and our role is to sit in rocking chairs and be like, oh, she's cute. Oh, yeah, she is.
Joey, that would be my favorite job in all the world.
Yeah. No,
If
I
we
think it's a good
And it
gig.
wouldn't just be women. We could just, and granted, we quickly
fellas,
admit,
too.
we are no one perfect ourselves.
No.
But
I am a sinner.
yes, but I generally do enjoy pointing out other people's faults as well as my own.
No, I'm just saying it's fun to just sit and sip some sweet tea and watch the world go by and not have to worry about the responsibilities
Like
of the
two
world.
old men on a porch.
Yep. Whereas people stop thinking, are they gay together and stuff? It's just like, no, it's
No,
just
it's just
friends.
them.
Whatever happened to that, too? Two fellas just are really close. They're good friends.
Bartles and James?
Yeah.
You got
Sam and Frodo.
got ruined by Bert and Ernie.
Yeah.
The rumors of Bert and Ernie.
Yeah, maybe love's more than
Right.
sex.
Maybe.
Anyway, let's listen.
Election integrity.
This is true.
Why do you think the mainstream media is so fearful of tonight's speech and anything to do with election interference? And why are they attempting to discredit President Trump's speech before they even heard it? And lastly, what's your message to AOC, who is asking for President Trump, the mainstream media, to actually censor the sitting president's speech tonight?
Yeah, I think that the mainstream media should air the president's speech and allow the American people to draw their own conclusions from it. Again, I think it's important that the American public hears directly from the President of the United States on a topic that, to your point, is very near and dear to the hearts of many Americans across the country, the integrity of our elections. This should be a nonpartisan, non-controversial issue, and I think you'll hear the President talk about that tonight. So we'll see you then. Thank you.
But it is controversial because, well, there's a lot at stake.
Yeah.
A lot at stake.
Would
Now
you go as far
apparently
as saying democracy is at stake again, Joey.
And now apparently, so this is what happens when you go on Joe Rogan.
Oh.
People just take and choose all sorts of little things. White House responds to VP Vance's remarks on social media, or remarks on Israel on Joe Rogan. And social media was like going nuts and all this other stuff. Like, oh my God, brah, he's crazy.
Cancel Joe.
He's just crazy. And so let's listen into a little bit of this, where I thought Vance just kind of made a lot of common sense. It was trying to say, hey, I'd try to be the moderate on this stuff, but y'all won't have it. Let's listen in.
Israel has a very disproportionate effect on American politics.
Yeah, I see that. I see that narrative. I mean, I actually think that they look. Do they try to influence American politics? Yes, but like I said earlier, a lot of other countries do. I think
To the extent that Israel does,
I think
though?
some are better at it than others. I think the Israelis are definitely more effective at it than most, but I wouldn't say that they're the only effective country by any means that tries to influence American politics. I just think you have to be self-aware about it. I mean, why wouldn't you? It's a country of 9 million people. We have 330 million people. And so, of course, they're going to try to persuade Americans. They're going to try to move Americans in one direction or another. I think that's just the nature of the beast.
But it's more than that. The concern is that they're spying on American politicians, that there's concerns about funding, there's concerns about influence, there's concerns about whether or not politicians are, whether they're aligned with Israel or whether they're aligned with the United States first.
Well, there's certainly, like, I definitely get those concerns, but my sense is that the way that all foreign influence works in the United States is people try to manipulate American public opinion, and then from manipulating a public opinion, they try to get the outcomes that they want. I mean, this thing is a very good example of this. So, you know, like, we know, I'm telling you, beyond a reasonable doubt, we know that the negotiation strategy that the president has asked us to pursue, and again, with limitations. Like, when the Iranians hit ships, the president has been willing to knock the hell out of the Iranians in response. This is not just a negotiation. It's negotiation, it's military, it's all these things. But I know beyond a shadow of a doubt that there have been people within the Israeli government who are trying to, like, actually shift us away from that policy because they want to continue the military campaign. And by the way, like, there are people within their government that I love, I have good relationships with. I hope, and I don't think that they're part of this. I mean, you know, the ambassador of Israel to the United States, I think, is actually a really good guy. Obviously, he cares about Israel first. I care about America first. But there are some people within their system we know beyond a shadow of a doubt who are manipulating and trying to change American public opinion to keep the war going on indefinitely. Again, not towards any objective, but just indefinitely. So, like, does it happen? Yes. But I guess what I would say to the Americans who sort of see this and are frustrated by it, my attitude would be, you should be frustrated at American leaders who are, you know, persuaded by this, affected by this. countries are going to do what countries do. I really don't. It doesn't bother me that Qatar tries to influence the United States of America, and they do. I like a lot of the Qataris, just like I like a lot of the Israelis. It doesn't bother me that Israel tries to do this. It frankly doesn't even bother me that Russia or some of these other countries do it. It's just the nature of being a political leader in 2026.
Yeah. Like, how unreasonable is that?
I don't think it was too unreasonable at all, Joey.
No, I think it was actually incredibly reasonable and honest, and thus, it's got to be a big stink. How dare he say that? It's like what's obviously true.
Yeah.
Come on. Anyway, let's go to Martha. Hey, Martha, how you doing?
Hey, Martha, how you doing?
Hello, guys. It's a wonderful day out here. And yes, isn't it great that Caroline Levitt is back? Because that little Spitfire makes me so proud to be a woman.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I love
her. Some people don't know what a woman is.
Right.
And she's the epitome of a good one and a smart one. And so I love to watch her go.
I agree with you on that.
God, it's wonderful to have it. But my other topic was I'm glad they had that thing with those countries this morning about the terrorists.
Yeah.
Because, as they went, I listened to Rubio,
mm-hmm.
and I had forgotten how bad stuff was in the 70s with all that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I was a teenager then, and I forgot how bad it was. And it's here again now. They do it in little ways that they act like it's not terrorist, but it is.
But it is. Yep.
Yeah. And so, and my other one was Trump and JD not agreeing. Look, like you say, Trump blows up, and then he goes back and he's friends. JD just said it is a smooth time, and a week from now, JD will blow up. So, hey, that's my guy. They know how to do it.
Well, I appreciate you, Martha.
Thank you, Martha, and congratulations on.
Like you guys. All right, see y'all soon.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
We got to hit this break. We'll be right back.
He may not know whether he's coming or going, but whether you're going to work or coming home, Greg Budell is there. Mornings 6 till 9 and afternoons 3 till 6. Only on News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
What's your biggest investment? More than likely, it's your home. So treat it that way when you hire a painting contractor. PBS Painting, there are no gimmicks, no $99 specials. Just quality painting and someone who treats your home with the same respect that you do. At PBS Painting, we have been painting for years and look forward to many more years to come. With PBS Painting, the job gets prepped properly, whether it's cleaning, scraping, or priming. We always use quality products, which is a must for a quality paint job. So if you're looking for a painter that doesn't need upfront money and is on the job at all times, then please give me a call. Scott Bowers and PBS Painting, 294-5122. That's PBS Painting, 294-5122. Look at some of our work on Facebook at PBS Painting Montgomery.
This is your roving reporter. Today I'm talking with a prospector. That's right, man. I'm prospecting for gold. You dig? No, but it looks like you do. And you know the first thing I'm going to do when I strike it rich? What's that? I'm going to hire David Ernest to be my money man. You mean everyone's favorite asset preservationist? That is correct, man. I'm going to call him up at 833-596-7233. 833-596-SAFE. You know, I've heard a lot of good things about David Ernest. You know, he's the best money man around with over 40 years of experience. Experience is necessary, especially when you're digging for gold. That's right, man. And I can see that you don't have very much experience. What do you mean, man? Well, you have the little plastic bucket and shovel like a kid would take to the beach. Yeah, man, well, I want to start out small and kind of pace myself up until I strike it rich. Well, maybe you should call David Ernest first. You think he's got a shovel? Never know till you ask. I dig, man.
This hour of News and Views is brought to you by our good friends at Cole Plumbing, 279-8919. Cole Plumbing is number one in the number two business. You don't have to dig a hole. They have proprietary pipelining technology. Ask them about their tankless water heaters. Remember, when you have trouble with your bowl, call on Cole.
Weather, a service of H&H Carpets, where right now, get a load of this, listen close, you get a house full of carpet for $19.95 installed. Unbelievable. They're located at 6450 Atlanta Highway, just across from Walmart.
Rich Thomas weather.
Well, hi, everybody. The risk of seeing a shower or storm at your house this evening is not zero, but pretty low. Otherwise, it's a routine forecast with the overnight low temperature in the low to mid 70s tonight. I think we're headed for the low to mid 90s tomorrow with plenty of sunshine and getting close to triple digit on the heat index. And both Friday and Saturday and probably Sunday, there will be some spotty random storms in the afternoon and evening hours, but many towns will stay dry. It'll be feast or famine on the radar. By the way, middle 90s over the weekend means the heat index will be 100 to 105. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
Live local talk. The River Region's only 24-hour News Talk FM station. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. Yeah, I find that Michael Knowles and I are agreeing. Let me see if I understand this argument. J.D. Vance is anti-Israel because he compared Israel to France and the UK, the greatest allies we've ever had, which are respectively responsible for our independence in our entire country. Like, how dare he say the truth about, like, certain folks, especially in Israel, and a lot of Americans and so-called American thought leaders want the war to just, we'll just kill everybody. Yeah. Like, that'll be great, right? That'll work out. I doubt that'll work out exactly how you think it will.
That, Joey.
Anyway. And perhaps the negotiation strategy has a little bit to do with Donnie, the crazy man, that is going to blow you up, and the reasonable folks. Like, we'll match your crazy while we match your pragmatist at the same time.
But we knew that about Donald Trump going in. That's the reason we liked him.
Let's go to Chris. Hey, Chris, how you doing?
Good afternoon and row tide.
Row tide.
Row tide.
Hey, I was calling a real quick hit on some bunch of stuff you're talking about.
All right.
One, District 3. If you can gather up a number of people that will vote for you and will go out and vote for you, you can win that election. I don't care who it is.
Yes.
Okay. Number two, if you are a nice, reasonable person that has good character and has some name recognition in the city of Montgomery and can be out there and people see you, you can beat Stephen Reed.
Yep.
The question is, who will it be?
Who will it be? Yeah.
Yeah. And the third thing about the deal with J.D. Vance, that is the most honest conversation I've ever heard a politician have.
Yeah, I thought it was great. In some pretty hairy moments where I thought Rogan was like, and I don't know if Joe knew what he was doing, but there are moments where Vance, I could have been more forceful, but Vance was like, you know what? We're just broing out. We're just hanging out. Yeah. Relax.
Yeah, I mean, that was pretty crazy about the fact you're saying, hey, all these countries do that. That's obvious. They spy on each other. Yep. We all, I mean, just state the obvious, and let the cards fall. But I just, it is America first, and I'm glad he said that.
Amen.
And I thought there was one other conversation y'all were having. I'm trying to think what it was. There was something else. I'm going to hit that one too. Bummer.
We've been all over the place.
Yeah.
It is a Thursday.
I'm getting tired. I'm ready to go sit down with Jesus.
There you go. Go sit down with Jesus.
Tell him I said hey.
Yeah. Eucharistic adoration is all right.
Mm-hmm. There you go. Yeah. My mom used to do adoration candles for the Holy Spirit.
There you go.
Sure did. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, I guess that's about it for me. But I was going to say, hey, if you want to get a job being the mayor of the city of Montgomery, I think there's a big possibility you could do that, and it'd be a lot easier than you think.
Well, I like the encouragement. I hope we'll find
Joey.
Oh, no,
Joey
man.
Clark.
I don't know. I would. You
Eddie
would not like
Contitus.
me.
I would vote for him in a minute.
You don't live here.
That don't mean I can't vote.
Yeah, it does.
This is Montgomery.
Not after Trump brings the sky down tonight.
Okay. Well, we'll see. I got
That's going to be interesting too.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Hope he
what he
burns the house down.
Yeah, that would be.
And then he's going to say that the two senators in Georgia are illegitimate. They're illegitimate.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You know that's coming.
And as a cherry on top, I'm bringing back Trump steaks.
Oh yeah. Hey, we get the Trump $1 coin.
Yeah, I
Everybody
did
will
see
get
that. Yeah.
That's gonna be cool. Yeah. Trump everywhere. Y'all have a good one.
See you, Chris.
Appreciate it, Chris.
Are you going to get the $1 coin?
Probably not. No,
You
I wasn't-
were- why
I
would
wasn't-
you?
Because I wasn't planning on it.
Out of all the things you're going to, I mean, you missed out on the Bible. You missed out on
I
the
don't
high
want a Trump
tops.
Bible.
You missed out on the high tops. You missed out on what was the other thing? The bobblehead
But
stuff.
his Bible didn't have the deuterocanonical stuff.
Okay. I'm not going to pretend I know.
Them
what that
extra books. 73 verse 66. Anyway.
Thing is,
and I also
you're missing
like,
out on the gravy train. You need to get on this.
Like it's a gold piece.
Yeah. It's only $1, so you know it's got to be worth, at least a quarter.
Anyway. This part of the program?
Yeah.
Brought to you by Dillon Rings.
Oh,
now you're
those
talking
folks
about
there?
gold.
Yes.
They can make you something better than a commemorative coin.
Oh, certainly.
They can make you a custom
piece like you got there?
Yeah, I love this work that Josh Ryder did.
Or I like the idea of what if someone left me a bunch of rings? I'm not a ring guy, but I'd like a big bracelet. He could melt them down and make something custom with that.
Or make a whole brand new ring out of it.
Yeah, certainly.
Maybe you'll become a ring guy when you see what he can do. Or it could be, well, you want to buy something.
Yeah.
And you don't want to wait. So you want to check out their inventory. What do you got in stock right now? Well,
Right
they have
now.
high-end pieces. They have everyday jewelry items. They have even starter jewelry, like charm bracelet kits. Like
Got one on myself.
that stayed on?
Yeah.
I like that.
Dude, this thing has stayed on how many years, Joey?
That's impressive.
Yeah. It's been through some times.
Something, maybe the power of the Holy Spirit or something going on.
There's
there.
a lot of reminder in this, so yeah.
Yeah. And of course, they can clean up your jewelry. They can buy old jewelry off. You
Yep.
can do appraisals as well. They do it all. Anything to do with jewelry. Dillon Rings can help you out.
They certainly can.
Just get by there, 119 Brown Springs Road here in Montgomery, just off of Atlanta Highway, and be sure to tell them that Joey and Eddie, those fellas on the radio, send you.
Want to carry News Talk in your pocket? Download the News Talk 93.1 app from the App Store. Available on iPhone and Android. Never miss a moment. Download now.
Not all meat and three plates are created equal. At Epicure and Jack's Tavern, every meat and three is scratch made to order. No shortcuts, no freezer tricks. Just honest cooking with real ingredients. Once you taste the difference, you'll understand why theirs stands above the rest. Epicure and Jack's Tavern. Scratch made isn't a slogan, it's how they cook. Located at 2060 Downing Street in Millbrook.
This hour of News and Views is brought to you by our good friends at Cole Plumbing, 279-8919. Cole Plumbing is number one in the number two business. You don't have to dig a hole. They have proprietary pipelining technology. Ask them about their tankless water heaters. Remember, when you have trouble with your bowl, call on Cole.
On FM, on your smartphone, and online. The River Region's most trusted voice. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Where the dawn flowers spring. Don't you wanna go? Don't you wanna go?
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. Final moments of the program. Let's go right to the phones and talk to Ray Bowles with Prattville Carpet. Hey, Ray, how you doing?
I'm good. Just working on a work order for tomorrow, but I'll put my handy-dandy Sharpie down. They hate when I write on work orders with Sharpies.
Oh.
It bleeds through?
Yep.
No, because then if they don't do it and they leave something behind because they're going to Tallahassee tomorrow, or Electric tomorrow, I'm not getting my truck and driving over there. They got to come back and get it. So, yeah, I'll be like, send me a picture of the work order. All right, come on. I'm not wasting my gas. I've been over there twice already. I just do that on the really far off jobs. Here in town, I'll run it to them. But no, Electric, no. You're get in the van and drive back over.
That's right.
Yeah. So it's just part of what we do here at Bravo Carpet. that you don't ever talk about, you don't think about. Like, let's say, yeah, we're going to redo your den. We're going to have a work order done that evening before the next day. We're going to deliver the floors early. We're going to go over the work order. Everybody's going to know what to do when they walk in the house. And that's how it goes so smoothly all the way through. And usually what happens is Chad forgets one molding.
Well, it's going to be Chad,
It's always Chad.
Chad's going to do what Chad's going to do.
Am I wrong, Dad? Yeah, Dad even agreed with that one.
Yeah.
Chad's going to leave one molding off, but he's such a good guy. He looks so
right.
sweet.
Right.
Yeah,
Let things like that slide,
yeah.
Ray.
No, not really. No, because them paints are screaming at me. And the last thing you want is your floor to get done, and we have to come back 3 days later and put down
With
a molding.
one piece.
You really don't want to.
Yeah.
You don't want to fool with that.
Yeah, that's good.
Nobody wants to fool with that except for Chad.
Well, Chad's going to do what Chad
So-
does.
If you need a new floor, call us 285-8117. What was that, David? Yeah, ask for David. He don't forget molding. All right, guys. Y'all have a great day.
See you, Ray.
Appreciate you, Ray. Again, that's 285-8117. Be sure to tell him you heard Ray Bowles on the radio with Joey and Eddie. Let's go to Woody.
Hey, Woody, what's happening, buddy?
Hey, good afternoon. I'm just leaving McGee Estates. Doug for Alabama.
Is that right?
Doug Jones?
I see a lot of signs. Yeah, Doug. That says Doug for Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I was going to ask you, Eddie, who's that lady that you were talking about earlier in the show about the politician that Joey looked like he would like? It wasn't Cortez. It was the other one.
Honestly, I don't
you
remember.
It was just a random
It was a
person
random
in the
chick
press
that came on
conference.
the screen, probably.
Well, I was thinking about it. I thought you looked good with Sheila Tlaib. What do you think?
Oh, heck yeah.
Nah, man.
What?
Nah, dude. It's not-
What?
That's just wrong. Well, unless I make her Catholic.
Right. You can convert.
Right. We
Use
wear,
your powers
there are a lot
for
of ladies
good.
that wear veils in the Catholic Church still.
Still?
Yeah. But just in
Y'all be good.
Oh, all right. Thank you,
Yeah.
Woody.
Yeah,
See you,
not
bro.
outside the church.
Not outside the church.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you explain that one to me real quick?
Can't remember which letter of St. Paul, but there's a particular thing of like women should have head coverings and men should not have long hair.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Now, but what they kind of meant when I read that, they meant like long, like down to your waist sort of.
So do you put yours bun style up when you go in? Or?
No, not always. Sometimes.
Okay.
It's not really a very conscious decision other than it's gross today.
Well, what you had just said, I assume that you're doing the respects of what's
No,
happening.
but then there's a lot of ladies that come by, they don't wear veils. It's not like a requirement.
Sure is like a pretty strong suggestion to me.
And then they have the whole system where if it's a white or like different colored veil, they're single.
What?
And if it's a black veil, they're married.
I'm already out. Who's got time for all that? Thought we had rings.
It's a
for
good
that.
system.
I thought we had rings for that.
Yeah, but you got to look at people's hands and stuff as opposed to like there's a thing on somebody's head.
Yeah, I guess so.
But then there are a lot of women still just don't wear anything on their head.
Yeah, I don't think I would. Wouldn't like that.
You don't like wearing a hat?
I don't mind. Well, not too much, but I don't like the fact someone's going to tell me I got to do something. You know,
No, you don't have to do it. It's nothing, not mandatory.
you're even suggesting it. I don't like it.
Goodness, Eddie. Hey,
Sorry, but I
I'm
don't
gonna
know.
make you a traditionalist before yet.
I say this all the time. It goes back to my dad. My dad was a military, very strict military father, greatest man I ever knew. But one thing I did learn from him, and I don't think I was supposed to, is when someone pushes you, you just push back.
Sure.
But even I've taken that to be a lot of times the right push, and I'm like, no, you're not going to push me out. But Eddie, this is what you need. Yeah, you're right, but I'm not going to do it.
Sounds like you want to wear a veil and you just can't admit it. Talking about how good looking Willie Nelson used to be.
He was.
What in the world has been the subtext of this show?
He was.
That's the usual subtext. Anyway, happy hours next. I believe Terry Adams.
Yep.
Guest
I'll
hosting
be here tomorrow with you, Joey.
for Greg Budell. Y'all stay tuned.
See you, man.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusana, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.
With SRN News, I'm Bob Agnew in Washington. Caroline Leavitt making a return to the White House today after a nearly 3-month-long maternity leave. She used a press briefing to talk about various benefits of the Trump economy, including lower inflation, and also talked about those Trump accounts. She says 6.5 million American children have already been enrolled with the